In the right flat on 1st and 10 for the 43, and it is caught for a loss of a yard. Josh Spaeth, the junior, was the one that hauled it in, but the quarterback did not bite on it. Actually, did bite on the pass, but didn't bite on anything else as Grant Watson came up and made the tackle.
Little play action there, trying to get that outside linebacker sucked in. Quinn delivers the football, but great job by Grant Watson for Heath beating that block and making the tackle.
2nd down and about 11. Snap to Ewers. Quick pass this time. Left flat. Spaeth looking for a block with room. Gets to the 40. The left sideline down to the 38-yard line. It'll be gain of 6 yards on the play. Peyton Williams, the rover, on the tackle. Guy, it's very heady. A lot of robotics class in what he does academically for Peyton Williams on that tackle. But the Dragons right now looking at a 3rd down from the 38. The line to gain is the 33, so they need 5. Just underway. No score. 10:33 to go opening quarter here in Southlake. Might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage as Ewers steps up behind his center. Dylan Anderson says something, adjusts, now back into the backfield, takes the snap, and the pass over in the left flat is incomplete down to the 30-yard line. Looking for Landon Sampson. It was Peyton Williams in the coverage. The Dragons facing 4th down early.
3rd down, just run a little stop route, trying to get the ball to the outside, but Peyton Williams, he was playing tight on coverage. He's an extremely heady defensive back, probably the best DB that Coach Kevin Napier has on his defensive side of the football. Knocks that one away.
Well, the Dragons didn't even think about it. They're going to go on 4th down and 5 from the Heath 38-yard line. No score, 10:27 to go opening quarter. So the Dragons, who on 4th downs last year hit on 64%, need 5 here. Snap to Ewers, play fake, has time, plenty of time. He's going to roll out to his right. He's looking to throw upfield, and the pass is going to be caught inside the 20 on the right sideline with the 1st down at the 19. It's Josh Spaeth, who's been a busy guy so far. 19 yards on the completion. Bryson Elbert on the tackle.
Great job from Quinn there. He was under a little bit of pressure in the pocket, kept his eyes downfield, rolled out to the right-hand side towards Heath's bench. An excellent job from Josh Spaeth, recognizing his quarterback was in need of some help, broke off his route as he was going downfield, cut over to the sideline, and Quinn put it right on him for the 1st down.
Dragons in the red zone, 1st down and 10 for the 20-yard line. Here is the snap to Ewers, hands it off to Allen, and he'll sneak his way behind the left tackle. The left guard gets 6 yards down inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Jackson Luff, the nose guard, on the tackle for the Heath Hawks. The Dragons are in their green tops at home with the white pants, white headgear, white numerals. For Heath, they're in the traveling white uniforms. It's kind of almost a reddish-orange mix is the main color, and then they've got navy blue as the trim. So green for the Dragons, white for the Hawks, as the Dragons moving toward the east end zone as they snap it out of the Wildcat. It goes to Owen Allen, who will take it inside the 10. He's got the 1st down all the way to the 5, maybe even the 4. It's a gain of 9 yards on the play before Inwigwe makes the stop for Heath.
Back-to-back running plays there for the Dragons. Owen Allen making a great job in the backfield, making Chris Lozano, the quickest defensive end for Heath, miss, getting upfield and picking up the 1st.
1st and goal from the 4. Ewers trying to draw him offside. This one of the fake cadence. Now he looks to the sideline for the play call. He's got it, and on 1st down from the 4, handed off. Big running room touchdown, Dragons. Owen Allen with his 1st touchdown of the year from 4 yards out, and Carroll is on top, 6-0.
What a touchdown there. Just hand the ball to your young sophomore reliable running back who very rarely puts it on the ground, and Walker Anderson, Joey Baker, Dylan Anderson, left side of that line, cleaning a big old hole there for Owen to run through, untouched into the end zone.
There was a flag down, but it was offside against Heath. Time now for the extra point, brought to you by 5th Quarter Performance. You want to be a great lineman, 5th Quarter Performance can help you. Joe McFadden on for the PAT. Ball is down, kick on the way, and it is good. We've got timeout on the field with 9:19 to go in the opening quarter. The Dragons march right down the field, and it's Carroll 7 and Heath nothing. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus and Jaguar Land Rover. Continue after this timeout.
Texas Gun Experience has become the preferred gun range for thousands. Now it's your turn. Enjoy a high-end experience with down-home pricing. Texas Gun Experience is your one-of-a-kind, one-stop shop shooting destination. From range time to retail, training to events, our TGE family is here to help. And have you heard about the Blade Bar? The perfect spot for any knife enthusiast. Located on Main Street in Grapevine, visit today and see why so many now call Texas Gun Experience home.
Perfectly positioned in the heart of Dallas-Fort Worth, South Lake balances sophisticated living with a neighborly community to provide the perfect oasis from big city life. In South Lake, you can enjoy premier shopping, delicious dining options, award-winning parks, relaxing spas, and top-notch hotel accommodations. Our South Lake Safe initiative follows the highest standards of health and cleanliness, so you'll always feel comfortable, confident, and safe while visiting our city. Download the Visit South Lake app or go online to visitsouthLakeTexas.com.
7-0 Dragons early in the first quarter in the scoring drive. 10 plays, 71 yards, taking 2 minutes, 34 seconds. Owen Allen, a 4-yard touchdown run. Big play on the drive was a 4th down conversion from Quinn Ewers to Josh Spaeth, who's been a busy guy early on. Scoring drive brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance. Again, offensive and defensive linemen. If you're looking to get in shape and get ready for the next level, Fifth Quarter Performance there to help you. Here is the kickoff that is going to go down to the 1-yard line, and it's going to be taken there, returned back up the numbers by Lewis, gets to the 15, out near the 20-yard line. There's a marker down as well at the end of the play, so it looks like the Hawks will start from the 20 depending on this flag. We'll check that out. Bill Tilley will have it in just a moment as Owen Holloway made that tackle on the kick.
Blocking the back, number 26 on the return team. That's a 10-yard spot foul, first down.
So it won't be the 20 after all is said and done. Dragon football tonight brought to you by Dr. Greg Wright and Dr. Victoria Heron at Wright Smiles. Folks, don't neglect your teeth because it could cost you some money. There's nothing wrong with going to the dentist. I mean, it's a special visit when you get to go see Dr. Wright and Dr. Heron. They've been taking care of Dragon fans for so long at Whitechapel and South Lake Boulevard. My dentist, in fact, you want to go in and take care of your teeth, let Dr. Wright and Dr. Heron do that at wrightsmiles.com. On 1st and 10, the Heath offense comes out. Quarterback Josh Hoover hands it to Zach Evans. They'll go for a couple of yards from the 10 is where they started out to the 12-yard line. Travis Keener, who you heard on the pregame show, the Jack, 6-footer for the Dragons and a captain, only captain on the defensive side of the ball for Carroll on that tackle. 2nd down and 8 from the 12-yard line. 2 receivers left and right. Here's the snap to Hoover, tucks it down, has running room up the middle, goes across the 15, gets out near the first down at the 19. He's got 7 yards. He's a yard short of the first down. Nate Gall on the tackle for the Dragons. Let's introduce the defense. The tackles, Cade Parks, a sophomore, Andrew Askew, a junior. The ends, Jacob Casey and Keener. We just mentioned him. We'll get the rest in a moment. 3rd down and 1. Heath from the 19-yard line. Snap to Hoover, hands it off, and Evans gets buried in the backfield for a loss all the way back to the 16, maybe even the 17-yard line. A loss of a couple, as they're going to take it back to the 15-yard line, as it was Benicio Porras, the transfer from the Bronx, who made the initial tackle for the Dragons, and the Carroll defense forces the 3 and out.
I love the play call too, is the design run blitz, and Benicio Porras times it up off the right-hand edge and just runs right into where the play's going, blows it up, wraps up Evans in the backfield and forces a punt. Couldn't ask for more on the first possession of the year for the Dragon defense.
Grady Brewer, who punted 1 time last week. Team scored 72 points. Not going to kick much. 1 time for 40 yards. Got to kick this one away. C.K. Williams standing back at the Dragon 45 as the kick is going to angle off to the left, and it goes out of bounds near the Dragon bench at about the 45-yard line. There's also a marker down back near the line of scrimmage. It's a 30-yard punt if the play stands. Now let's see. Bill Tilley will give us the call in just a moment as they're looking over toward the Dragon sideline, and we'll get the indication momentarily. Let's see what it is. 7-0 Dragons on top. 7:44 to go here opening quarter. It's one of our favorite officiating crews. Good visit with them before the ball game down in the locker room. The top crews in the area, and we'll see Bill Tilley's group here from time to time. They're still conferring down below, and he's about to report the infraction, I do believe. Going to hear from Travis Smith in the sidelines in just a moment. Another Patriot Mobile sideline update. Well, they're talking this one over for a little while. So let's check down to Travis, brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Trav?
Just some observations during the times that we are in. During the school song, Heath did not bring their band with them. They had the option to bring a band.
Number 25 on the kicking team. That penalty's declined. First down.
The visiting teams have the option to bring their band, but they're not allowed to play during halftime. So Heath didn't bring their band. So their school song was played through the PA system. And then during the national anthem, a lot of people were kind of concerned about what happens during the national anthem. The South Lake Carroll players and some of the coaches actually had a sign that said "Love one another," which I thought was a nice touch.
Sideline update brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile, the 100% U.S.-based Christian conservative cell phone provider. Call 972-PATRIOT. Go to patriotmobile.com to find out more details. As the mark-off, the penalty is going to take it down to the 35-yard line. So the Dragons are going to start with a very short field here. Already up 7-0, 7:44 to go here, opening quarter. Quinn Ewers, the quarterback, has one receiver short side to the left along with a wing, two receivers wide to the right. Left side hash from the 35, handoff Allen. He'll go strong as he angles right across the 35 inside to the 31. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards on the play before he was tackled by Keelan Cooper, a converted running back who plays in the outside linebacker position. So the Dragons getting it down to the 31. Right back to the line of scrimmage they go. Ewers staying out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, has plenty of time. Now comes to his left, spins away from a tackle, pressure coming. He's just going to go down, and there's a flag that comes at the end of the play. It would be a loss of 7 if the sack holds, but there is something right at the tackle, and I wonder if it was a late hit there or perhaps an illegal block. We'll find out momentarily.
May have been the player whose helmet came off continuing to play.
Number 28 on the defense. Participation without a helmet. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, that's what it was. Jalen Nwigwe was the one who was trying to make the tackle without his headgear. Now, while that looked good one time for Jason Witten, you know, you can't do that even in the pros anymore. You certainly can't do it in high school. You can't even do it in the pros anymore.
Definitely not. It's a safety thing. You know, Nwigwe, he got him trapped in the backfield and forced Quinn down, but unfortunately for him, his helmet was off. It's tough when you get in that position. You got to tell a kid to lay off when his head falls off or when his helmet falls off.
Hopefully his head doesn't fall off. It'll be first down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Play fake after the snap to Ewers, and he fires it out in the right flat, caught by Spaeth. Well, he's been a busy fellow so far as the catch inside the 15 gets down near that point as the tackle was made by Grady Brewer. With help from Keelan Cooper. Mims also there. Turns out to be no gain on the play as they're going to put the ball right down at the 16-yard line. 7-0 Carroll, 6:56 to go here opening quarter.
Grant Watson and Peyton Williams both played that one really well. Just an extension of the run game, getting it out to the outside, but nowhere for Spaeth to go. Good job by Grant Watson.
Two receivers wide to the left side, one short side right. That's Maryland as they line up a two-back set this time as Ewers is joined by Allen in the backfield and by Spaeth. Here's the snap to the quarterback. Ewers looks deep on the left side for the end zone. Has a man caught. Touchdown. It's Landon Sampson who broke open a 16-yard reception from Ewers to Sampson's two very good friends as the catch puts the Dragons on the board again. It's 13-0.
Great ball there from Quinn Ewers. Just a little corner route out of Landon Sampson. He's the speedster, 4'3" guy, can blow the top off of coverage. Beat Des Mims, probably the best cover corner for Heath on that one for the touchdown.
Joe McFadden on for the point after attempt, brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group, and it is no good. So McFadden, who missed only 4 last year, misses one here early. We've got time out of the field. 6:49 to go opening quarter. It's Carroll 13 and Rockwall nothing. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
Hey Dragon fans, this is Robert Hinkle, General Manager of Park Place Lexus Grapevine, and I'm thrilled to be a part of a team at the top of their game.
Discover an unbeatable Lexus lineup, from the new IS Compact Luxury Sports Sedan to the roomiest, most advanced ES ever, all with personal service and special privileges that make Park Place feel like your place.
See how we're stepping up our game.
Visit Park Place Lexus Grapevine at Highway 114 East and Texan Trail and at parkplace.com.
Hello, Dragon fans. Julie Walter here from the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title in Southlake. It's Dragon football season, and as a mother of 4 former Dragons, I truly know how busy our fall schedules can get. At the Baker Firm, we provide great customer service with our knowledgeable escrow team and pride ourselves with a boutique-style title office that will close our customers anywhere in the DFW area. So as you get ready to sell, buy, or refinance your home, be sure to tell your local agent or lender you want to close with the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title. Go Dragons!
Carroll Dragons 13, the Heath Hawks nothing early on. 6:49 to go here in the first quarter. Another impressive scoring drive for the Dragons. 4 plays, 35 yards, taking just 55 seconds. A 16-yard strike from Quinn Ewers. to his buddy Landon Sampson. And Carroll the 13-point advantage. Scoring drive brought to you by fifth quarter performance as it's taken down to the 5-yard line. The kickoff brought back up the left side, and that is Bernice Lewis, who gets across the 10 to the 15, and he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That's where the Hawks are going to have it. First and 10 as Nate Gall was in on that tackle for the Dragons special teams. Carroll football tonight brought to you by Donnie Anderson Family Construction. We welcome Donnie Anderson and his group, Dragon Football. If you're thinking about building a new home, go to Anderson Homes Dallas. You're going to find out some really cool things about the way they do stuff. It's an open concept, and you look at some of their houses online, you understand why so many people, particularly over in the Park Cities and the Love Field area, have gone with Donnie Anderson Family Construction. And Anderson Homes Dallas is the website you want to go to. Is on first and 10 from the 17-yard line. A handoff goes to Zach Evans, and he'll get a yard out to the 18. Tackles made for the Dragons by Travis Keener, second stop of the night. Bring up a second down and 9. Josh Hoover, the quarterback, the captain, out of the shotgun. One receiver to the left, two to the right, and he's going to throw over on the left side, and the pass is picked off at the 35-yard line. The interception made for the Dragons. And a turnover early as Avion Jones was the one that came up with it. We talked in the pregame that Jones and C.K. Williams going to be some lockdown corners, and Avion with that athleticism went up and made a heck of a catch there, Justin.
Heck of a play there. I think they confused Hoover a little bit. He saw the deep coverage there with the safeties in the corner, but Avion Jones that time he hung down, played cover 2, and just snuck right underneath where that ball was supposed to go. I don't think Josh Hoover saw him, wasn't expecting Avion to be there, went up, made a great catch, and came down to the ground, give Dragons the football back in great field position here to start drive number 3.
Well, this is not the start that Mike Spradlin and the Heath Hawks wanted. The Dragons starting with another short field from the Heath 35. Here is the snap to the quarterback, Ewers. He's going to throw deep for the post. It's caught. It's a touchdown. 35 yards to Brady Boyd, and in one play, the Dragons tack on another touchdown. They now lead it 19-0.
Excellent pitch and catch again from Quinn Ewers, and Brady Boyd this time runs a deep post route, gets Des Mims' hips to flip and comes underneath him, and Quinn Ewers just delivers another rope. Reason why he's number 1 recruit in the class of 2022.
Point after attempt brought to you by the Tommy Pittington Group at Compass Real Estate. Joe McFadden out of the hold of Tyler White. It's kind of like old school AFL. You got your punter holding for the kicker. Kinzer English is going to be snapping the football for the Dragons, who already have a 19-point lead, trying to make it an even 20 early in the ball game as the kick by McFadden up and good. 6:07 to go first quarter. Carroll 20, Heath nothing. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
If you have kids, you know how quickly a normal activity can come to a screeching halt. Whether it's fever, vomiting, or something else, you're thinking, how bad is it? Head to Complete Care, located close by in South Lake. You can bring your family here anytime, 24/7, even on holidays.
É o laço anzol. don't let this parasite.
As it is caught at the 25-yard line. No gain on the play as C.K. Williams came up on the tackle with some help from Barrett Baker.
Trying to get the ball out of Hoover's hands quickly. They get it out to the outside, but Cinque does an excellent job of beating that block and not letting that play get downfield at all.
2nd down and 10 for the 25-yard line. 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 short side right. Dragons with 4 across the front. Couple of linebackers and the 5 defensive backs. Now they're going to bring a blitz off the edge. Hoover tucks it, now starts to run left, pulls it up, has a man as he throws downfield, and it's incomplete as he underthrew it at the Dragon 40-yard line. He was looking for Corbin Cleveland, who actually had a step on the defender over there. Barrett Baker, the linebacker, who's trying to follow him downfield. But goes for an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd and 10.
You can see the Patrick Mahomes-esque release on that time. He's rolling to his left. Really difficult throw as his momentum is going to the left. Has to come back across and throw with his right arm. Almost got it there. Just not enough arm strength behind that one.
3rd down and 10 for the 25. Snapping to Hoover. Throws over in traffic on the left side near the 35, and it is incomplete. Looking for Jordan Neighbors there, the junior who had a couple of catches last week for the Hawks, and then went over Louisville. Gall and Cox on the coverage for the Dragons. And again, Heath with a 3 and out. I don't believe Stephen Bartolotta, have they had a first down in the ball game? Have not. 8 plays so far in the game for the Hawks, only 7 yards.
How about that Dragon defense? Had a lot of people we didn't know, and starting to see these guys, how they've come together through the offseason and getting ready to show their talents tonight.
4th and 10 from the 25. Here's the snap to Grady Brewer, puts the right foot into it. Going to come down to the Dragon 35, taken there by C.K. Williams. Comes back middle of the field, gets to the 40, still running. 45, breaks the tackle, gets to the 50, runs into a white-shirted defender at that point, is brought down. 40 yards on the punt, 15 on the return. Alan Crawford was the one that was on the tackle, but there was a marker thrown, and it looks like it's going to be coming back. Penalty will be against the Dragons.
Looks like a holding call coming up.
During the turn, illegal block in the back. Number 8 on the return team. It's a 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
So Carroll already with a 20-point cushion. We've still got 5:08 to go here in the first quarter, and you know, for kind of a cold start to a season, you know, as much as we had to wait, Justin, you can't ask for anything more than what the Dragons have done so far.
No, they've come out, they've played in rhythm, you know, not getting behind the chains, doing an excellent job on 1st down, picking up yardage, and that's kind of prolonging their drives, making it easy on 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable, and so far so good.
Spaeth and Boyd, twins out to the right side, single receiver to the left. So we'll play fake. They're going to dump it out to R.J. Maryland in the right flat. He had it at the 30, gets out to the 33, a gain of 3 before he's hit backwards by Jackson Luff. Had a lot of help. Grady Brewer was also in there. So a short gain on the play as they get the ball into the hands of R.J. Maryland, a 6'4" junior. He's going to be playing that spot. We saw Blake Smith, the Texas A&M player from last year, playing, as he will be at that hybrid of a running back and a tight end. Here's a 2nd and 7 pitch to Owen Allen as he's going to try the right side. Short side of the field, gets to the 35, out to the 36, a gain of about 3 in Wigway on the tackle for the Heath Hawks. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 for the Dragons.
Go back to R.J. Maryland right there. They little pitch out to Owen Allen, and RJ got beat on the block there. I know that's something that the coaches are going to want to clean up a little bit for him. I know he's still trying to get used to that tight end hybrid role, and that's one area that they want to see him improve upon, is that blocking ability.
Dragons 1 for 2 on 3rd down tries. On 3rd and 3 from the 37, they give an inside handoff to Owen Allen, and he is swallowed up for a big loss on the play. Back to the 33-yard line is where they say that Grady Brewer came bursting in and made the stop. Loss of 4 on the play. Brewer came through like a locomotive.
Yeah, he was a missile there. He wasn't fooled at all. Pitched to the outside quickly, and Grady Brewer right through the Dragon line of scrimmage, and nobody touches him, able to clean up shop in the backfield, bring down the ball carrier, and force a much-needed punt for this Heath offense. Hopefully get the football in some decent field position now.
Carroll to punt. Joe McFadden standing back inside his 20-yard line on a 4th and 7. Line of scrimmage to 33. Puts the right foot into it. Booms it down to the 23, where it's caught there by Corbin Cleveland. Shakes out of a tackle. Turns left at the 25. Gets out to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. It was Avion Jones, the gunner down there, who had the first shot at him. Tackle was made by Mac Abel. And it'll be the Hawks with the football, first down and 10 at their own 29. 3:08 to go opening quarter, 20-0 Carroll on top. Dragon football tonight brought to you in part by Gateway Church. Reminding you that you can join them this weekend in person. Multiple services to choose from on Saturday and Sunday, and from 8 locations across DFW, including Highway 114 in South Lake. You can also watch online the streaming at gatewaypeople.com. Is on first and 10. The snap to Hoover, the quarterback. He'll hand it off to Evans, who trots around the right side for a gain of about a yard out to the 30-yard line. Andrew Askew, the junior left tackle for the Dragons, on the stop against Evans, who again is a guy that his offensive coordinator Kendrick McNeil said could go from 0 to 100, but the Dragons didn't let him get anything going tonight. 4 carries for 0 yards so far. 2nd and 9. The pass swung out to the right sideline to Jay Fair, who makes the catch, breaking a tackle to 35, gets to the 40 and to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and for the first time of the ball game, Heath has a first down as Cade Parks, the sophomore right tackle, making the stop for the Dragons.
Great job there from Jay Fair. Great concentration. Hoover rolling to the right, delivers a good ball, and Fair able to concentrate, hang on to it.
First down and 10, handoff right up the middle. Big running room goes Zach Evans, and there you saw that acceleration as he gets across the 50 and has another first down all the way to the Dragon 47-yard line. Benicio Porras made the tackle for the Dragons, but for the first time today, Justin, Zach Evans got his motor running.
He did, got a big hole behind the offensive line, got his motor running downhill, didn't have to make anybody miss, and delivered a blow when he got to Benicio Torres, knocked his helmet off.
Flag before the next snap. Bill Tilley will tell us.
False start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Third penalty against the Heath Hawks so far in the ball game for 30 yards. And that'll set them back across the 50-yard line, back to the 48. 2 minutes, 14 seconds. Clock running first quarter. Carroll, if you're just joining us on top, they've looked good so far. 20-0. Capitalizing on a couple of short fields against the Hawks to put points on the board. First and 10, or first and 15, I should say, from the 48-yard line. Here is the snap to Hoover. 2 men in the pattern over on the right side. He's going to throw deep. He has a man. It's caught inside the 10. Jay Fair tackled from behind down around the 5-yard line by C.K. Williams. But what a strike from Josh Hoover to Jay Fair. 46 yards and a first down.
Love the play design, too. It's a double set to the right. The inside slot receiver runs a slant route, brings that safety down and opens it up right behind him for the deep post from Jay Fair.
First and goal from the 6. Deep handoff to Zach Evans. The Dragon defense collapses him for a loss of a couple back at the 8. Porras, the first guy in there, but he had plenty of help.
I don't know the stat on this. Most of the first downs that Heath has attempted, Carroll's done an excellent job of not allowing any yardage, so it's putting Heath in 2nd and long, 3rd and long, because they can't get anything going on that first down running game.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. They run the jet sweep motion around the left side, toss it to Fair, down to the 5, goal line, touchdown. Heath on the board. The inside pitch to the junior Jay Fair, and with that great speed coming around the left side, gets into the end zone, and Heath with its first touchdown this evening. It's now 20-6.
Playing a little hot potato. They motion Jay Fair from the right to the left, and as he's coming by the quarterback, he catches it. Hoover flips it in front and lets Jay get to the outside, makes one man miss, and gets into the end zone as he had a couple of his teammates out front blocking for him.
Point after attempt. Going to be brought to you by Tommy Pennington. Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate, as the kick attempt by Josh Vogel is no good. Misses that one, so we've had 2 missed PATs here in the game. Minute 14 to go opening quarter. New score, Carroll 20 and Heath 6. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus. Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
Hello, Dragon fans. This is Dr. Sandra Armstrong, Dr. Amy Watts, and Dr. Alexis Capisi of Giggles and Grins Pediatric and Adolescent Dentistry in Southlake. With football season here, we're so excited to watch the Dragons. If you have a Dragon athlete, remember the importance of maintaining oral health and watch out for those sports drinks like Gatorade, which have high amounts of sugar and can lead to tooth decay and cavities. To learn more about ways to keep your teeth healthy, see us online at gigglesandgrins.org.
Hi, this is Danny Allers from Allers Roofing and Construction. I went to Carroll, and the Allers family has been in Southlake for 4 decades. That's why Allers Roofing and Construction is proud to be a part of bringing you the Dragon games on the radio. We have been serving our Southlake neighbors with family values and trusted service. We treat every neighbor like family and every house like our own. You need to care for your roof, and a free roof inspection now can help save tons of money and costly repairs down the road. So call us at 214-214-ROOF, and you'll see Allers is the name you can trust.
Minute 14 to go, first quarter. Dragons on top 20-6. The scoring drive brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance. 6 plays, 71 yards. Took a minute and 54 seconds. 8-yard catch made by Jay Fair from Josh Hoover. Pretty good drive that time by Mr. Fair. Fifth Quarter Performance with strength and skills program designed for offensive and defensive linemen. In the weight room, lead on the field. Fifth Quarter Performance can help you. Kickoff down to the goal line, brought back up the middle, the 10, 15, 20 with room across the 30, out to the 40, still churning. C.K. Williams all the way out to the 46-yard line. And finally brought down there 47 yards on the return. It was Keelan Cooper, but how about that burst by C.K. Williams?
Human highlight reel right there for the Dragons. Last year, Coach Dodds described him as the human highlight reel on JV. You got to see it there. Excellent job from C.K. setting up the kick return team to the right. Sticks his foot in the ground, comes right back up to the middle. A lot of running room.
Standing field position this entire game will start from their own 47-yard line as quarterback Quinn Ewers out of the gun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and will throw over on the left side, complete to Brady Boyd. Out, Lane Horak was in the
now because they don't know if it's a run or a pass yet, and Quinn rolls to the left, just a little easy flip of the wrist out to the receiver there on the corner route for the first down.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Snap it to Ewers, looks deep this time, going down toward the end zone, right side, incomplete. As diving for the ball was Boyd. It was just out of his reach. Had one-on-one coverage over there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Good throw from Quinn on that time. It was a little bit overthrown, but great coverage there from the defensive back Grant Watson that time, not allowing Brady Boyd to get on top of him and get open there for the completion. Great job there from the defense, Grant Watson.
2nd down, 10 from the 31-yard line. Snap it to Ewers, quick pass and a block over on the left side after the right side as Sampson makes the catch, and he gets inside the 20, down to the 15 to the 13-yard line. It is Nwigwe on the stop. Gain on the play of 18 yards and a first down for the Dragons. So starting to add up here early. They've got 9 so far in the first quarter. 44 seconds to go in the period. Dragons on top, 20-6. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 coming in motion from the right. That is Brady Boyd as the snap goes to the quarterback, Ewers, and he'll flip it out in the flat. Caught by Boyd. He'll get inside the 13 down to the 11-yard line. Lane Horak on the tackle. Give him a gain of about a yard on the play. Maybe back in the line of scrimmage, depending on where they finally spot it. No gain on the play at the 13.
Dragons just trying to get their skill guys the ball with some space, and that time Lane Horak wasn't confused on where the ball was going, recognized Brady Boyd, motion, settled down, but he was going to get the football on the screen there and comes up, makes a big play. 2nd and 10 from the 13. Here's the snap to the quarterback, Ewers, and straight ahead goes Owen Allen inside the 10, down to the 11, down to the, and going the wrong way, to the 9, and he will actually get the 8. Gain of about 5 on the play is Jackson Luff on the tackle, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Well, it's a great start to the season for the Dragons. We've got 1 quarter of the books, and the score, Carroll 20 and Heath 6. We've got a timeout, and Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover and Grapevine continues in a moment.
Let's face it, anyone can advertise a low price on just about anything, including homeowners insurance. But a low price is fairly meaningless if it doesn't come with some great personal service. That's where Southlake area State Farm agent Jocelyn Hope comes in. Jocelyn can now provide you with surprisingly great rates on homeowners insurance, plus the personal service you can only get from a State Farm agent. Give Jocelyn and her team a call. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello, Hello, Southlake. Tommy Pennington here. For many years, the Tommy Pennington Group has been the real estate company to go to when it comes time to buy or sell. We know Dragonland. Like the Dragons, my entire team understands the level of dedication it takes to be successful. I promise our same dedication to you. We know what it takes to get your property sold because we specialize in selling Southlake. So remember, when it comes time to buy or sell, my Dragon fans will tell you,
call Tommy.com.
One quarter in the books, Carroll 20 and Heath 6. And the Dragons marching what they would hope to be another touchdown. We'll start the second quarter with a 3rd down and 5 from the Heath 8-yard line. They flip the field. They go down toward the west end zone. That is to our right as we look at it, as the Dragons have Ken and Katie now joining Owen Allen in the backfield. So a 2-back set, 3rd and 5. 2 receivers come out to the right side. And it's R.J. Maryland who's gone up short side to the left as the Dragons trying to improve on this 14-point lead as the snap goes to the quarterback Ewers. And it's going to be a quick handoff that goes to Cannon Katie, the senior, who battled an MCL injury last year, had only 54 carries on the season, and he'll put his head down and get about a yard. But the Dragons will be looking at 4th down, 4th and 4, as Lane Horak was the one on the tackle. And it looks like the Dragons are going to send in the field goal team and try to tack 3 points on the board here. It's 4th and 5 from the 7, 4th and 4, I should say. And it's a smart thing to do. Sometimes you don't see it, particularly the high school level. Figure, heck, let's just go for it. But the Dragons should have an automatic here. Tyler White to hold, and Joe McFadden from the 14-yard line. Angle to the right, a 24-yard field goal attempt. The kick is on the way, and it is good. We've got a timeout with 11:17 to go here in the first half. And the Dragons increase their lead to 23-6. Well, a good start for Carroll. A chance to tell you that Dragon football this evening is brought to you by Southlake Dermatology. Folks, you need to take care of your skin. Skin cancer is something that no one wants to have a part of. And just a quick visit to Dr. Angela Bowers, Catherine Tyner, and the entire staff at Southlake Dermatology can help you with that. You know, you can get a checkup from their staff, and of course it's adults, children, everybody. Identify those dangers that may be coming to your skin. Southlake Dermatology in the Methodist Hospital Professional Building off 114, or online at southlakeddermatology.com. I want to say thanks also to Dr. Ron Groves at Groves Orthodontics. You're talking about getting a straight smile. Groves Orthodontics is there to help you. He's an Invisalign provider, and folks, if you want one-on-one treatment from a orthodontist that everybody in town knows, well, Dr. Ron Groves is the guy to call. Depending on whatever kind of braces that you'd like, he can get you hooked up. One orthodontist, one office. Dr. Groves has supported so many groups around the Southlake area over the years, and of course, a big fan of the Dragons down near the Hobby Lobby on Southlake Boulevard, right there on Davis. 6 plays, 46 yards, minute 51 seconds on that scoring drive. The 24-yard field goal by Joe McFadden. And again, the scoring drive brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance. We welcome them as a new partner to Dragon football. Be elite, be strong, get the technique you need to perform on the field from Fifth Quarter Performance. Joe McFadden to kick it off from his 40-yard line, puts the foot into it. We'll boom it down near the goal line, and it's going to be into the end zone for the touchback, and Heath will have it. First down and 10 yards to go. First quarter statistics, we didn't even get those a minute ago in time before the Dragons got that field goal a moment ago. 170 yards in the first quarter for the Dragons to just 81 for the Hawks. Of course, those mainly coming on that one drive. Ewers for the Dragons, 11 of 14 for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. Carroll average field position, the 47-yard line for Heath. Its own 18. There's the big discrepancy. Those numbers brought to you by Pennider Ford and Associates. CPAs you can trust. On 1st and 10, Josh Hoover from his 25 swing pass to Corbin Cleveland. It'll come up the left side across the 30, gets out to the 33, gain of about 8 yards on the play. Barrett Baker, the tackle for the Dragon defense, had some help from Cinque Williams.
Yeah, Cinque was ready for that one. Hoover's not careful. That one could be intercepted going back the other way.
Second down and a couple from the 34. Going to hand it off to Zach Evans, the tailback. He goes straight ahead across the 35 to the 40. He'll have a first down near the 41. Williams and Porras on the tackle, not before a gain of 7.
And there's the push there from Carson Fichtel, the left guard, and Josh Peacock, the center, getting a good push on the Dragon defensive front, clearing way for Zach Evans to pick up the first.
First down and 10. Hoover takes the snap, puts it in the belly of Evans, and he'll go straight ahead over left guard. And he'll get a gain of about 3 before Cinque Williams on the tackle for the Dragons. Check out to the sidelines, brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Here's Travis.
Looks like the Dragon defense has a pair of cornerbacks that are going to be really nice this year, Jones and Williams. And if you keep an eye on Williams, he has blitzed a couple of times from the corner position, which you don't really see a lot from the Dragons.
On second down and 8 from the 43, it's going to be a handoff to Preston Landis, who will sweep around the right side, and he'll get about 4 yards across the 45, out near the 48-yard line. Tackle made by the middle linebacker, Benicio Porras. Also, Jacob Casey helping out for the Dragons. So here comes a third down. Third down and 3. The Hawks 0 for 2 on third down conversions. They're going to hand it off. Running play up the middle. Preston Landis with a good head of steam will get the first down across the 50s. We'll get all the way down to the Dragon 45-yard line before Mason Graw, the senior rover, makes the tackle. But a chain mover for the Heath Hawks. First down and 10. Snap to Hoover. Throws deep over on the right side. Caught. First down at the 35. Breaking a tackle down to the 30. Jay Fair still running to the 20. Now to the 15. Numbers on the right side to the 10. And he's finally down. They say his knee went down back at the 12-yard line. But what a pass and run from Josh Hoover to Jay Fair. 33 yards on the play. And the tackle for the Dragons again made by Graw.
Jay Fair, such an explosive player. Just a stop right there. Hoover puts it on him right on time. And Jay Fair able to make 2 men miss, get upfield, and have a nice gain there for Heath.
91 yards receiving for Fair so far as they'll hand it off on a running play to Preston Landis, and he'll slash across the right tackle for 7 yards inside the 10, gets down to the 5-yard line. So Heath offense now starting to move against the Dragon D. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 23-6. Carroll on top, but Heath on the move as the handoff goes to Landis again, and he'll try the right side again, and he'll get inside the 5, down near the 3-yard line. It's going to be close for the first down between the 2 and the 3 for the Dragons. Tackle made by Porras and by Keener. Let's see where they spot it. It looks like he's going to be just a little bit short.
You can see the difference in the running styles between Zach Evans and Preston Landis. Landis gets the football, and he's not looking to get to the outside. He's just lowering the shoulder and going directly north and south.
Well, correction. They gave it a first down, and on first and goal at the 1, Preston Landis gets the handoff, and he gets to the 1. So from the 2 to the 1, he gets a yard. Jacob Casey was there. I was looking at the chains across the way. They had the first down marker at the end of the chains where it would be where they're going to. But finally they dropped it and said, okay, second down and about a yard. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Preston Landis. The senior barrels in. And for the second time in the game, the Heath Hawks with a touchdown, and the Dragons see the lead cut to 23-12. North-south runner Preston Landis, we saw it right there, and Heath with an impressive drive, and they're back on the board again, Justin.
Quick answer for Heath. That's exactly what they wanted. That time, right guard Sebastian Martinez. He's the heavyweight wrestling champ for the district. Clears a big old hole there for Landis to run right behind, easily into the end zone.
Josh Vogel's point after attempt brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate, up and good. We'll take a break with 8:16 to go here in the opening half with the score. Carroll 23 and Heath 13. Dragon football driven by Park Place Jaguar, and Park Place Lexus continues after this timeout.
Dragon fans know what a smooth run looks like on the field, and when it comes to keeping your car running smoothly, Christian Brothers Automotive Grapevine Southlake is your trusted name in quality auto repair. Just minutes from Dragon Stadium, we're located off Highway 114, right across from Baylor Grapevine. Take advantage of the free shuttle service, complimentary vehicle pickup and drop-off service, and nationwide warranty. With ASE certified technicians providing quality service for all makes and models, schedule a free courtesy inspection online at cbac.com/grapevine to experience the nice difference.
Mustang Elite Car Wash in Grapevine is determined to help keep our customers safe. How? By getting your car back to you cleaned and sanitized. Mustang Elite knows that everyone is being extra safe these days, and that's why we are proactive in making sure your car comes back to you sparkling clean and sanitized as well. We use hospital-grade products and fog our waiting room nightly to make sure our customers stay safe. Mustang Elite Car Wash near Dragon Stadium on Highway 26, across from Sam's Club and Walmart. We're your car's best friend.
23-13, Carroll on top, 8:16 to go here in first half of play. The scoring drive Brought to you by fifth quarter performance for the Heath Hawks. 8 plays, 75 yards, taking 3 minutes and a second as that change of pace running back Preston Landis with a 1-yard touchdown run. As Landis on the drive, 6 carries for 24 yards. And Evans, only 9 carries for 18 yards prior to that. Landis steps in and does something big. Scoring drive brought to you again by fifth quarter performance. As the kickoff is going to be a pooch over on the left side, going to be fielded down at the 15-yard line near the boundary, taken there by Brady Boyd, brings it back out to the 20 and out to the 25. Right around there will be where the Dragons start. First down and 10 yards to go. Dragon football tonight brought to you by First Financial Bank. First Financial Bank, smart choices, better banking. That's my bank, and it is the bank for so many Dragon fans here in the South Lake area. Of course, they've got locations in Trophy Club, where I live. They've got Grapevine, Keller, and many, many locations, over 70 across the great state of Texas. If you're looking for a bank where they know you by name when you walk in the door, well, look no further than First Financial Bank, longtime banking partner of the Carroll Dragons. First and 10, Carroll from its own 25-yard line. Owen Allen on first down gets the handoff, and on second effort will get a couple of yards. I said the 25 is actually the 24 of the line of scrimmage. So we'll get 2 out to the 26 as Kalen Cooper on the tackle. Again, a converted running back at that linebacker position. Jalen Nwigwe also in as well.
Owen ran right into a brick wall that time. Linebackers there, Jalen Nwigwe, Crawford, Peyton Williams in on that one too. Just right there for no running room for Owen Allen that go round.
Second down and 8 from the 26. Snap to Ewers, has time, throws over the middle, passes incomplete out across the 42-yard line. He was looking for Landon Sampson. There's a hawk right on his back. Good defensive coverage from Bryson Elbert, who started 10 games as a sophomore last year. The third brother to come through on this team. The first Elbert that came through was an offensive tackle, played for Central Florida. Josh Heupel, former Oklahoma Sooner quarterback there. Second brother, a linebacker, this one a free safety.
Quinn's going to want that one back. He had the receiver breaking on that deep dig route, and Bryson Elbert able to make the play, but Quinn put that one a little bit behind the receiver that go around.
1 for 4 on third down tries for the Dragons. It's 3rd and 8 from the 26. They drop back, and here's a screen pass. They set up to Owen Allen. Caught at the 30, gets out to the 35, and I think he's got it up for the first down. Indeed, he does, by a yard. Cooper on the tackle. Nice play from Ewers to Allen to move the chains.
Excellent play call, too. Carroll that time expecting the blitz. Rockwall, or Heath, rather, came on the blitz, and just a screen to Owen Allen. Perfect play call, perfect execution, picking up the first.
Receiver comes in motion. Sampson gets that little toss coming across from left to right. He'll carry it out to the 35 and get knocked out of bounds right at the Dragon bench. No gain on the play. It goes as a pass, as it's a little pitch play, a little hot potatoes. Justin said earlier, from Ewers to Sampson, as Grant Watson on the coverage, or on the tackle, I should say, for Heath.
It's a way to get your completion percentage up. A little hot potato, almost a sure connection there, but Dragons right now, they're going east and west quite a bit and not able to get to the outside enough to have any room to run. Great job from Heath playing east and west right now.
2nd and 10 for the 35. Ewers all day to throw. Going to air it out deep for Boyd, and the pass over his head down at the 15-yard line in Heath territory. Boy, Ewers put a lot on that one as Watson was back in the coverage, but it was one of those, Justin, where literally, like Willie Mays in center field, it was right over the top of his head. That's a hard one to pull in.
That's a tough one. Brady Boyd, he got drifted a little bit to the outside by Quinn on that one. After the ball fell incomplete, Quinn just sitting there tapping his chest because he had Brady Boyd probably about 5 yards of a step on Des Mims, the defensive back for Heath, wide open, just missed the throw that go around.
Dragons 2 for 5 on third down tries. It converted just a moment ago, as they'll need 10 here from the 35-yard line. The snap to Ewers. He's got 4 in the pattern. Throws over on the right side. Caught Brady Boyd. Dragon bench at the 45. And it's going to be good for a first down. Des Mims on the tackle. Pickup of 11. Patriot Mobile with the sideline update. Travis Smith.
Well, after that long incompletion, the cornerback that was covering Brady Boyd, Grant Watson, signaled he needed out of the game. So they brought in LaTristan Thompson, and he got beat right there by Brady Boyd. There's a big size difference between those two.
Thompson just a freshman. We'll talk about him as a handoff. Goes to Allen on first down at the 46-yard line. He'll get 3 out to the 49 before Inwigwe on the tackle. But yeah, how about that, Justin? We see LaTristan Thompson, only a freshman, there at the quarterback position.
He's a super talented kid. Coach Napier can't wait for him to get on the field a lot more. He's a freshman. He's learning the defense, 5'10", 160 pounds, super talented. His brother, KD Cannon, those of you might recognize if you're Baylor fans, was a great wide receiver for Baylor, played in the NFL for a little bit, so he's a great lineage there.
2nd down and 7 from the 49-yard line. Snap it to Ewers, hands off Allen. He'll put his head down and he'll get short yardage. Well, it gets a little bit more now as he bursts through the pack down inside the 50 to the 46-yard line in Heath territory. That'll put him 2 yards short of the first down as Alan Crawford on the tackle. Brewer was also in there as we're under the midway point of the second quarter, 23-13, Carroll on top.
Dragon coaching staff is super excited about their sophomore running back, Owen Allen. We saw what he did last year as a freshman. This year he came in, gained about 15 pounds of muscle. You can see it there right when he's running with the football. He's not getting knocked back. He's carrying his weight and going forward.
3rd down and 2. Ball marked just shy of the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap goes to Ewers, hands it off to Allen. He tries to get to the first down, and we'll see if he did get there. He's close at the 44, but it may take a measurement. As Crawford again on the tackle. Lozano was also there. And it looks like it's going to be good for the first down. Let's go ahead and move the sticks. The Dragons needed 2. They got 2 and a couple of inches. Stop the clock momentarily, 5:14 to go here in the first half. Don't forget, at halftime, the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report. That's right, Tommy and Mike from the feed store flipped positions. So Tommy brings you halftime. We got the Dragon who makes a difference, special interview, and a whole lot more. Don't you go away. Here's the snap. The quarterback Ewers can't find a receiver, so he'll tuck it and run straight ahead. He went into the slide inside the 40 at the 38. So they'll mark him down there. Keelan Cooper was the one that cast a menacing glare and said, Ewers, you better get down, I'm going to hit you. So Quinn did. Cost him a couple of yards, got down to about the 35, but of course they're ruled down once they start the slide, not where they wind up.
Another good read there from Quinn. It's a slow developing play for the Dragons. Nobody came open. Quinn recognized the middle of the field was open, just decided to pull it down and pick up some yards on first down.
2nd down 4 from the 30. Play fake after the shotgun snap to Ewers. Rolls out to his left. Going to throw deep downfield, left side pass. Caught down at the 5. That's R.J. Maryland with the reception all the way down near the 3-yard line. 33 yards on the pass. Horak on the coverage. 1st and goal, Carroll Dragons.
Quinn again gets flushed out of the pocket. R.J. Maryland that time recognizes his quarterback's in trouble, goes upfield toward the end zone, and Quinn delivers a rope going to his left, delivers with an excellent ball there for R.J. Maryland. Goes up, climbs the ladder, pulls that one down, and a big first down.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Dragons go with a double wing set. Put an extra blocker, Katie, in there over on the left side. Maryland, the wing on the right. Snap to Ewers. He's going to hand it off. Allen looking for running room. Touchdown, Dragons. Has a big hole blown open over on the right side. And Owen Allen get into the end zone. And the Dragons now lead it 29-13.
Good run there from the young sophomore back. Just staying patient, letting his offensive line clear the way. Dylan Anderson, Caden Nawoli, and Peyton Kinesic on the right-hand side, clearing the way for Owen Allen to walk in, basically untouched into the end zone.
Kinzer English to snap for the Dragons, as the holder is the punter Tyler White, and the PAT brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group and Compass Real Estate. Gentlemen, bad and good. And we'll take timeout with 3:50 to go here in quarter number 2. Dragon offense churning along. It's Carroll 30 and Heath 13. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
KWRD-FM, Highland Village. KLTY HD3, Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. Tune in, iHeart, or radio.com. This is The Word, 100.7 FM.
Feed Store Barbecue in Southlake is a community icon in Dragon Nation. Folks of all ages enjoy Feed Store's delicious certified Hereford beef served on our delicious chopped or sliced beef sandwiches and plates, as well as on our fresh cooked hamburgers. Our fresh sides include mashed taters and gravy, Nemo's green beans, mac and cheese, just to name a few. Feed Store Barbecue on Whitechapel Boulevard or online at feedstorebbq.com.
The Carroll Dragons are heating up this season, and you should expect the same from your water heater. Jeff Cox here, president of Berkey's Plumbing, AC, and Electrical. Save up to $400 on a new Rheem water heater with up to 12 years parts and labor installed by the experts at Berkey's. Call us today at 877-BERKEYS or visit us at berkeys.com. Go Dragons, protect the tradition.
Berkey's, we're there when you need us.
Kickoff for the Dragons after the touchdown that made it 30-13 as the approach put into it from Joe McFadden. It will go into and out of the end zone, so he will have it at his own 20-yard line. A chance to tell you that Dragon football this evening is brought to you by Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery. Folks, you don't call on these people unless you need the best when it comes to wisdom teeth removal or any other procedure that your dentist might send you to. You don't want to fool around with that. Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery has all the trust of the dentist in the South Lake area. Their oral surgeons work very closely with your dentist to make sure that you get the right treatment, the right time, just the right way. You can always visit them online at NorthTexasFO.com. On 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, a little pass play that goes from quarterback Hoover over to Jay Fair, and he'll get forward out to the 29-yard line. Nate Gall on tackle for the Dragons. Oh, yeah, fifth quarter performance scoring drive. We'll give you that in just a moment. Second out and 6 from the 39, or 29 rather, and they'll hand it off to Evans, who zigzags his way through the middle across the 30 out to the 32-yard line. Give a game of about 3 as Jacob Casey on the tackle for Carroll. 12 plays, 76 yards, 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Carroll scoring drive. 3 third-down conversions on the drive. As Heath goes right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2 from the 33. They pass it out on the right sideline, and it's incomplete, intended for Evans. There's a marker down as C.K. Williams is over in the coverage. Let's see what this flag, or Avion Jones, beg your pardon. And now let's see what this flag is. There's Bill Tilley back around the 27-yard line, that area where it might be holding. We'll see.
Hands in the face. Defense number 90. That's a 15-yard previous spot penalty. First down.
Could have been holding. Could have been holding his nose, his chin, whatever. Is he had his hands in there and saying, let's push you a little bit.
Got to keep your hands out of the face, especially on the quarterback. It's like you can't touch the quarterback at all.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, though, on that play, Avion Jones, Heath trying to get the ball into the flat, and Avion just kind of let his receiver run downfield because he recognized where the football was going, able to come up and provide a big hit.
First down and 10 from the 48. They'll swing it out in the right flat. Pass caught from Hoover by Jay Fair, and he goes right up the boundary from the 50 down to the 45 in Carroll territory. It's a gain of 7 yards as Benicio Porras on the stop on Jay Fair. But how about this fella, as he is already over the century mark, 5 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown on the evening. First down and 10. From the, or beg your pardon, second down and 3 after that pass just a moment ago. Second down and 3 from the 45, and they'll hand it off. Gain of 6 yards, Zach Evans. Down to the Carroll 39 is where they're going to put it. Mason Graw on the tackle for the Dragons.
You see the speed there. He got a little handoff right in the backfield. The offensive line, good push there for Heath. And Evans, as soon as he got the ball, it looked like he jumped forward about 5 yards.
First and 10, run a slant pass over the middle, and the pass is pulled in there by Corbin Cleveland, the inside receiver. Corbin had 75 catches last year, not a blazer, but a really good hands receiver. Straight A student in the classroom. There's a gain of 6 yards there, down to the Carroll 33. Second down and 4. 2:11 clock running here in the first half. Dragons up 30-13, but Heath on the move again. Here's the snap to Hoover. Pressure off the edge. Steps up, fires downfield. Pass caught on the slant at the 10 to the 5. And Corbin Cleveland has a touchdown. That is a 33-yard pass and run from Josh Hoover to Corbin Cleveland, who split the middle of that Dragons secondary. And Heath, a pesky little mutt, just won't go away. It's 30-19 Carroll.
Hoover had all the time in the world there, sat back in the pocket. Excellent job from the offensive line there, giving Hoover enough time and shows off his arm strength. He's a third baseman, so you know he's got some arm strength. Corbin Cleveland, not the fastest, but he's able to get separation by the way he runs his routes and completely open there for the touchdown on the post.
The Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate brings you the point after. Josh Vogel has it up and good. We got 1:54 to go here in the first half. Our new scorer, Carroll 30 and Heath 20. Take a timeout. Dragon football driven by Park Place. Lexus Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
Dragon fans, this is Gary Venner, former Carroll running back and general manager of Park Place Land Rover DFW, and we have the perfect way to kick off your next adventure.
With bold new Land Rovers like the rugged Defender and the perfectly balanced Range Rover Evoque, all the personal service and special privileges that make Park Place feel like your place.
Sending the Dragons off on another exciting drive.
Visit Park Place Land Rover DFW at 1300 East Highway 114 in Grapevine and at parkplace.com.
Get together before the game at Red Rock Canyon Grill. Located in the Kimball Oaks Center, Red Rock has a fantastic patio where you can enjoy warm skillet cornbread and the smell of roasting chicken in their wood-burning rotisserie. Be sure to check out their brunch menu, served Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 3, and try favorite dishes like breakfast quesadillas, huevos rancheros, and chicken pot pie. Dine in or use online ordering for convenient contactless payment and curbside order pickup. Visit redrockcanyongrill.com.
30-20, Carroll up by 10. Scoring drive for the Heath Hawks brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance. They're currently in their fall maintenance program at Fifth Quarter, so you need to sign up today before the winter session fills up. 7 plays, 75 yards, taking 1 minute and 56 seconds. 33-yard scoring pass from Josh Hoover to Corbin Cleveland. Hoover now 10 of 13 for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. Remember last week he completed 77% of his passes, as Sam Spencer to kick this one away as it comes down to the 12-yard line, fielded there by the Dragons. Coming back, breaking a tackle at the 15, goes Brady Boyd, comes right at the 20, 25, now to the 30, gets to the right sideline, still running. Dragon bench to the 40, and he's out near the 44-yard line. A 34-yard return by Brady Boyd. Des Mims finally made the tackle, but what a run by Boyd.
Shifting the field position. You talked about the field position advantage for Carroll early on. It's not just been because of the defense and not allowing Heath to move the football, but the special teams kick return as soon as we get the football. There's a lot of speed back there. Boyd, C.K. Williams, Jones, all those guys can run.
So now let's see if the Dragon offense can go back to work here and get some late first half points. They've got 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, 56 yards. Certainly capable of doing that. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ewers going to throw a strike over to the sideline on the right boundary. The Dragon bench caught at the 43 in Heath territory. Good for 13 and a first down. Brady Boyd with the reception. Grant Watson on the coverage there for the Hawks, about out of bounds. So Carroll eats up about 1/5 of what they need with 1:36 to go here in the first half. Moving toward the end zone at our right. That is the west end zone here at Dragon Stadium. And a pass over the left sideline. Incomplete as Josh Spaeth got absolutely waylaid by Peyton Williams. That robotics man from his Rover came in with a hammer right there and laid the lumber to Josh Spaeth.
Spaeth going to go back to Quinn on that one and say, hey, man, you left me out to dry. Quinn threw the ball a little bit up. Excellent job there from Peyton Williams coming down from that Rover slot, making a big hit there on Spaeth.
2nd down and 10 from the 43. 2 receivers left and right. Play fake for Ewers. Going to throw over the post over the middle. Pass is caught. Boyd has it. Trying to shed a tackler. Gets inside the 10. Down near the 5-yard line. And the Dragons are going to have a first down and goal to go after a 37-yard pass from Quinn Ewers to Brady Boyd.
Double move there from Brady Boyd. Cover 2 there for Heath. And so Brady shows he's going on the corner route. Gets the safety to flip his hips. And Boyd comes up back underneath, going on the post route that go round. And Quinn just put the ball a little bit behind him. If he puts that ball out in front a little bit more, that's a touchdown, walking in easily for Boyd.
118 yards receiving already for Brady Boyd, who we heard on the pregame show tonight. First down and goal to go Dragons from the Heath 6-yard line here late in the first half. Snap to the quarterback. Ewers hands off. Allen goes right up the gut. Touchdown Dragons. Owen Allen again with a touchdown from 6 yards out, and Carroll expands the lead back out to 16. It's 36-20.
It's exactly the answer you want for the Dragons. Heath that time when they scored on this go-round, they probably left a little bit too much clock for the Dragons to come down and start the ball almost at midfield and easily walk that in for a touchdown.
Point after brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate, as Joe McFadden UConn commit, drills it through, and we'll hold it here with 56 seconds to go until halftime. And the Dragons on top now 37-20. Well, happy to have you with us tonight on Dragon Football, brought to you by friends at Park Place Lexus. And of course, is Gary Venner and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover. Beg your pardon, that used to be Mr. Venner. He's now in charge of the Land Rover and the Jaguars. Robert Hinkle's the one that's over at the Lexus. I should know that since that's the car I drive. But anyhow, point is, outstanding service. Anytime you hear the Park Place name, and you know, they're still open for business. So you want to go in there and look at a new car, they will help you, and it is a safe, sanitary area. Anytime you go in, that's always the foremost thing, is the safety involved. And of course, if you need your service, that hasn't shut down. You can still get that done, and they get your car tuned up, whatever it is you need. If you need maintenance, have a check engine light on. The service is what makes Park Place so special. We're proud to have them as a long-time title partner of Carroll Dragon football. 56 seconds to go here in the first half of play. 37-20 Dragons on top. That fifth quarter performance scoring drive, 4 plays, 56 yards, taking 41 seconds. Owen Allen gets his third touchdown of the night on the 6-yard run. He now has 11 carries for 51 yards. Fifth quarter performance reminds you, strength and skills program is in place, designed for offensive and defensive linemen. If you lead in the weight room, you'll lead on the field. Fifth quarter performance can help you do that. Well, Heath's going to get the ball back. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Probably want to get into the locker room and get a breather here, as this has been up and down the field as the kickoff for Joe McFadden goes through the end zone. How big is that, Justin, when you know the opponent's going to start at the 20-yard line every time when you've got a kicker like McFadden?
Gives you good confidence in your defense. You know you're not going to have to be in the short field position, and allows you to get a little bit more aggressive on your early play calls. But right now, Dragons are just going to play basic vanilla defense, probably not going to pressure too much. Might think about putting another person on Jay Fair.
Actually, the 25. I said 20. I'm old school, thinking back to the old days where touchback gets you to the 20. But yes, it is the 25.
What's 5 yards, Chuck?
Yeah, exactly. In today's game, really not much. Hoover, the quarterback, captain for the Hawk team, takes the snap, rolls out to his right, throws to the boundary, and it's caught right on the Heath sideline by Corbin Cleveland, who holds that one in for a short gain on the play, out into the 29, gain of about 4. Avion Jones on the tackle for the Dragons.
Just a quick play, try to get something going here on probably the last possession of this first half for Heath.
52 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's an inside give, goes to Zach Evans, and he'll wiggle his way out across the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Going to be a gain of 7. Looks like it's good for the first down. Mason Graw on the tackle for the Dragons. Clock down to 46 seconds, but it stops as they set the chains. And Heath will get right back over to the football and scrimmage 1st and 10 from the 36. Here's a solid pass over on the right side, caught out near the 50-yard line. Jay Fair hauls that one in. Gain of 14 yards on the play. Jones on the tackle. They're on the move. How about Fair? He's an anchor on their 4x1 relay team. He's got 4.4 speed. Remember that big guy Greg Allen from not Greg Allen, Greg Little from Allen. Went to OU. Yeah, that's his cousin.
Yep.
A lot of lineage there as Hoover, the quarterback's going to roll out to his right, trying to get a pass downfield. Hoover rolls out of bounds out into the 50-yard line. He threw it down there for Lewis. The sophomore was the intended receiver. But second out and 10. Now 27 seconds to go here in the first half. Carroll on top, 37-20.
Carroll just giving Heath these underneath routes, and Heath is right now being comfortable taking it. They're not trying anything too deep.
Second down, 10, just across the 50. Snap to Hoover. Here's pressure, flushes him out. Flag down as he gets inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line in Dragon territory. Barrett Baker was the one that was on the tackle for Carroll, but now we'll check the flag. This one may be coming back as Bill Tilley will step back and give us the infraction in just a second. It looks like that Heath is retreating.
Holding, number 67 on the offense. Previous spot penalty. Replay second down.
And that is why they're retreating, because they did get the holding call. So that doesn't help their case as a few seconds ticked off the clock. Justin, down to 20 seconds to go here in the first half.
So one thing you worry about when your quarterback gets in trouble and he starts to scramble is those offensive linemen's hands. You don't want them to be holding too long. got caught that time.
Second down and 20 from the Heath 40. Plenty of time for Hoover. Throws downfield. Passes caught in Dragon territory inside the 35. And it's Zach Evans who pulls it in down to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 26. 12 seconds to go here in the first half as Porras was on that tackle, and a timeout called by Heath as they hit that strike over the middle. Now, you're going to see this Dragon defense, I'm sure, early, and you can talk more about it, Justin, being from that lineage on that side of the ball. They're going to give up some plays this year, but I've been impressed with what I've seen so far.
Well, I was about to say, that's probably the hardest route for a Mike linebacker to cover is that B-pipe, because you're ready to come downhill, right? But in this kind of a scenario with this little clock that we have, that B-pipe, that's always a challenging one for the Mike linebacker.
Okay, for grandma listening at home,
yes.
What is B-pipe?
B-pipe is the running back where he goes directly downfield, and so as a linebacker, you're kind of sitting on the back of your toes, right, waiting for the running back to make a cut, because that's what he usually does out of the backfield. That go around Zach Evans, and he's got a ton of speed. I feel for Benicio on that one. I've gotten beat on that route a couple times.
Well, it'll set up the football again with 12 seconds to go here in the first half down at the Dragon 34-yard line. Happy to have you with us tonight. Game 2 next week, Thursday night football from Rockwall. As the school district mate, Rockwall Yellow Jackets, Heath Hawks brethren, will be the Dragons' next opponent. We'll have that for you 6 o'clock here Thursday here on The Word. Here is the snap. Well, timeout was called right before the play started, as it looked like there was a little trickery coming up.
Yep.
As they get the timeout called by the Dragons with 10 seconds to go. Now, let me ask a question. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, if they got timeout before the play started, where'd the 2 seconds go? But Bill Tilley just told them, please put 2 seconds back on the clock. Coming up at halftime, we've got the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report. We'll have the Dragon Who Makes a Difference. It's a special program that we have every year. Nice little feature that takes a look at someone within the Carroll Dragon School District. Got a good one to start the season tonight. Got a special guest interview coming up as well. And, of course, the highlights with Ryan Medellin, who is in Dragon Sports Central, and probably a few scores, too. I mean, we actually have scores to give. It's been a long time waiting on 5A and 6A teams to play. Now, both of those classifications could begin last week. The reason the Dragons didn't, they wanted to get a scrimmage in, just to kind of get ready for the regular season, and they made the most of it, scrimmaging DeSoto right here a week ago Thursday. Looked pretty good in that scrimmage, actually. But now the Dragons going to work for real here. As are all the other teams in the district. So Ryan will have the scores on that coming up on the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report. Right here, 37-20, Carroll on top, 12 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34-yard line, snap to Hoover, and he throws the floating pass downfield, but there were flags right at the start of the play, and there was another timeout right before the snap. The clock is down to 8 seconds.
That's our second timeout.
And they're going to have to put 4 seconds back on the clock to get it back to 12. What's going on, Justin?
Coach Spradlin is not happy with these delayed timeouts. He had 2 trick plays drawn up, call them money plays, that looked like they were going to work, but the Dragons that time, they stayed home. Safety Mason Grawl stayed back, recognized that there was a tackle who went out wide to the left, and there was a receiver that lined up in the tackle position, so they pointed that out, made sure they knew exactly where that wide receiver was, and came an eligible man downfield, right? So great job there by the Dragon defensive communication.
So what does that happen? If you put the tackle out and you have the right alignment, then the inside receiver lined up the tackle is eligible?
The tackle is eligible. You can kick that tackle out and you can put the receiver in that tackle slot, but the lineman has to let the official know. As long as you've got 5 on the line, that offensive lineman is not moving, but that receiver lined up at the tackle position can.
That's shifty, sneaky.
Well, it's hard. Especially with a defense that doesn't have any starters coming back, right? One thing you worry about as a Dragon defense, especially a defensive coordinator, you're worried about the communication on field. That was a great job shown there by Mason Grawl, senior veteran. Although he doesn't have any starts, has a lot of good varsity experience, made a lot of plays on special teams, came up with a good play there.
Again, 12 seconds to go until halftime. Again, 1st and 10 from the 34. 5 in the pattern, snap to Hoover. Flag down to start the play. What in the world? Probably a procedure.
Number 1 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, he's so fast. Jay Fair took off before the snap.
We've gotten to 10 seconds, 3 straight plays in a row, and we're going to go back to 12 one more time.
Oh, no, it was 8 one time. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 6 seconds to run off the clock, but not really. Well, this has been the most anticlimactic play I think we'll see all year.
Let's see if we can get this one to go. No more timeouts. Well, Carroll's got one left, so they might decide to use it here.
For the 4th time. Now it's 1st and 15, back at the 39-yard line. Again, 5 in the pattern, and another flag on the snap. Okay, there's candid camera here somewhere. False start, 5-yard penalty. You're going to move it back to the 44-yard line.
Number 20 on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Coach
remains second down.
Coach Spradlin, he might just take a knee on this play. Just say, let's go to the half, boys.
I was going to say, what, on somebody's neck? He can't be happy. He's a good fella. Talked to him before the game. He was excited for this opportunity to play the Dragons, but boy, for a second game of the year, the Hawks have made quite a few mistakes, and they have on this particular set of downs. 1st and 20. Now back at the Dragon 44. Carroll leads it by 17, 12 seconds to go here in the first half. They send Evans out of the backfield to the right, 5 in the pattern, and they throw it out that way to Fair, who makes the catch, and immediately he's knocked down out of bounds at the Heath 48-yard line by Benicio Porras, the Mike linebacker. That's a loss of 3 on the play. Clock stop with 6 seconds to go. And Heath may be using its 3rd and final timeout. Actually, it would be its 2nd timeout. Seems like we've had about 8 or 9 calls so far here in the first half, but I guess not. So let's wait and see what they're going to do. The ball is marked back to the 47. They are canvassing between the officials. So, no, I guess no timeout call because the ball went out of bounds. So that stopped the clock. Let's see what to do here. They've got Bernice Lewis coming out of the lineup now. And now they get the timeout called. Okay, so after all of that.
I was about to say, that's why Coach Spradlin was walking out to the numbers. He's unhappy again. The official wound the clock that go around, but the receiver, his momentum took him into the out-of-bounds line, so he was wanting the clock to stop, not having to waste a timeout.
Well, think about, if you're Mike Spradlin and Heath, you came off that big win against Louisville. You come over here to play the number 7 ranked team in the state, 3rd in the area, the Carroll Dragons. You got quite a challenge here. And, you get hit in the mouth early, and then all of a sudden your team comes back and showing a little moxie, and they're within 17 points. They'd another touchdown, they'd be within striking distance heading into halftime.
Well, you cut it to a 2-possession game at halftime with them getting the football. So this possession right here was a really big one that they wanted to execute on. They felt like they had plenty of time left. I know that they've got a lot of confidence in their quarterback Hoover and especially their wide receiver position. We've already seen how many guys can break open in the wide receiver position. So they've got talent on this offense, just not able to execute. Had a couple false starts, had a couple timeouts that they weren't really expecting when they had some of those money plays drawn up. But give credit to Heath. They got down early, but they've battled back, showed their heart and their resiliency. And 7 seconds left here in the half. I don't know if we'll see any more explosive plays to get them into the end zone before the end of this one.
Well, they want the 2-for-1 opportunity here because they'll get the second half kickoff. So if they can score points at the end of the half, they have a chance to start the third quarter. It's going to take a while. 2nd and 20 for the 20-yard line, and it's going to be a draw play. So they give it to Evans, and he'll get 7 yards down to the 40, and the first half clock will expire with Porras on the tackle for the Dragons. So it was like an NBA final minute. Well, wait a minute. It really is. It really is like the NBA because Heath just used its final timeout. Even though the clock says 0, they're going to tell the clock keeper, put some time back on the board. I don't know if it's a half minute, a half second or what, but nonetheless, they're going to get to have another play. So one heave for the end zone, I guess.
Yeah, one heave to the end zone. I'm backing everybody up, leaving nobody in the middle of the field. Put your secondary right about the 10, 5-yard line. Let them back up with the receivers. But there's a lot of speed on the Heath offense.
Justin, since last we talked, while we have just a moment here, there's pretty big news in addition to the Padron family in the offseason.
Yes. Baby boy Bo. He was Bo Thomas Padron. If he doesn't play linebacker, I don't know if I'm going to let him play football, but might have to change his name. No, I'm just kidding. My wife and I got to welcome in Bo about 6 weeks ago tomorrow, and it's been a lot of fun at our house. Walker's been a great big brother, and Erin, as always, an excellent mom.
So, 2 a little different than 1?
Way different. Way different.
It's not twice as hard, is it? It's exponential. Well, here we go. 3 receivers to the right on 3rd down and 16 as Hoover going to load up, throw deep for the end zone, and the pass down around the 2-yard line is incomplete, batted down, and that will be the final play of the first half as Max Reyes was the one back in the coverage for the Dragons. 2 quarters in the books at Dragon Stadium. The 2020 season opener has been so far so good. It's Carroll 37 and Heath 20. We'll take a timeout, and when we return, we will have the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report when Dragon football, driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover, continues in a moment.
A straight smile is a winning smile, and the staff at Groves Orthodontics can help you get that smile you've always wanted. Dr. Ron Groves is a longtime Southlake resident and has cared for Dragons of all ages at his office on Southlake Boulevard near Davis, next to Hobby Lobby. Patients love the personal attention they get from Dr. Groves and his caring, attentive staff who will help you along the path to a beautiful smile. To schedule an appointment, go online to grovesorthodontics.com.
At Gateway Church, we're all about people, and we go all out to present the timeless message of Jesus Christ in a clear and fresh way. From the passionate and humorous way Pastor Robert Morris communicates, to the engaging music led by Gateway Worship, you'll connect with God and with other people, building strong, lasting relationships for you and your family. Whether we are meeting in person or connecting online, we are Gateway together. To find a location or connect with us online, visit gatewaypeople.com.
Are you tired of watching TV and wondering if you could ever update your home like the pros on TV? The answer is yes, with a little help from the team at Donnie Anderson Family Construction. Southlake is a great place to live, but with many homes built in the 90s and early 2000s, it's time to update. Let our design team bring your ideas to life and create your dream home. From your kitchen to your master bath or any other room in your home, let Donnie Anderson Family Construction help. Visit us online at AndersonHomesDallas.com.
Welcome to the Dragons Halftime Report, brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate, serving Southlake and the Metroplex. Tommy Pennington at Compass, online at calltommy.com. Now, back to the stadium for the Dragons Halftime Report.
At the intermission, the Carroll Dragons leading the Heath Hawks by a score of 37-20. It's been an eventful first half, a lot of scoring, a lot of excitement here at Dragon Stadium. Again, 50% capacity, pretty good crowd here on the near side, taking in Dragon football, and we're going to have maybe a little bit of a truncated halftime performance. Carroll band drill team will be out there. No visiting band performing here this evening, but anyhow, we got time here on the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report, brought to you by the realtor in Southlake, Tommy Pennington. If you're buying or selling, Tommy is the guy that knows Southlake and the guy to call. And of course, he's helped so many Dragons over the years. Calltommy.com. It's the place online to take a look for Tommy. Big Dragon fan. We'll be talking to him a little bit later this year. Right now, we're very pleased to be joined by a fellow from another one of our big partners on the Dragon broadcast, Berkey's Plumbing, AC, and Electrical. And that's Mr. Jeff Cox, the general manager there, who comes out to join us for a couple of minutes here to talk about heating, air, and everything underneath. But, man, quite a first half for the Dragons. Jeff, welcome. Thanks for coming out, and thank you to Berkey's for being a part of the broadcast.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, Chuck, and to be here and experience Friday Night Lights Dragon style is something phenomenal. I used to live in Rockwall, and my son went to Heath High School, so I'm very familiar with the other side here. But they do it big out in Rockwall, but not as big as they do it here in Southlake. So very, very nice to be here.
Well, for many years, Berkey's has been a part of the broadcast, and, you know, you see the trucks all over the place. And, in fact, they've got some new markings on them now, as I've noticed around town, that, you know, so many people in Southlake and northeast Tarrant County area, and really pretty much anywhere throughout the Metroplex, they know the Berkey's name. So now that you have taken over the seat of our good friend Jamie Wooldridge, who was there for so many years, same great things at Berkey's, same great service. So what's your stamp going to be on that great company?
Well, we want to honor the 3-win strategy. You know, we want the company to win, the employee to win, but most importantly, the customer to win. And the way we do that is just by staying true to our core values and giving the customer options, not really pushing any sort of salesy type presentation. Just present the options, let them choose, and they get the same great service. You know, Jamie did a great job for so many years, and I'm honored to continue that tradition on. Just like you guys protect the tradition here, I want to do that for Berkey's.
How many things that you have that, I mean, so many great things to build on, but some of the tools you have, some of the programs you have that make it easy for people to be a Berkey's customer?
Well, you know, right now, as the colder weather comes in, it's tune-up season time. So if you don't have a maintenance agreement with us, we have a special on tune-ups right now of $79 to get your heater ready for the winter. And then, you know, we also have, you know, electrical is a new part of what we've been doing. And so we're excited to have a great manager in our electrical department. And guys, they have a great team there, and their chemistry is unlike any other company that I've worked for.
How important is preventative maintenance versus just calling when something's broken? We got a problem. Hurry, get out here. I mean, you can avoid so many of those calls, right, with preventative maintenance, and you have plans for that.
Yeah, yes, sir. You know, you want to get your AC checked out in the springtime, and then your furnace checked out in the wintertime. That way you keep it running smooth all year round. It's kind of like your car, you know. You don't want to wait till something goes wrong. You want to get your oil changes. You want to change your filters so that you can get the top performance out of that and get the efficiency out of it so you can save money on your electric bill.
Visiting with Jeff Cox, General Manager of Berkey's, proud sponsor of Dragon Broadcast, and of course the Carroll ISD as well. Well, you know, when the fans do call in, and I know they know your name, it's kind of cool that you guys are involved in a part of the Carroll ISD in the community. I mean, it's more than just one of those businesses from out of town. You're part of 76092 and all the fans here.
Yes, sir. I walked to the stadium tonight from my house. I live here in South Lake, and the office is just a stone's throw straight that way. Straight, I guess that's, what direction is that? You know I'm directionally challenged, Chuck. So
that would be south.
South. Just head south right over there, and that's where our office is. I'm so excited to be a part of the South Lake community. You know, I've heard all about it, but experiencing it is something else.
Now, you have an athletic son?
Daughter at South Lake. She's a sophomore. She plays basketball. But I do have an athletic son, too.
Yeah, I was getting to that. I was going one at a time, the older one first, and then coming back, okay? So what I was saying is you know good athletes, and they're in your family. I was trying to give you a compliment, Chuck.
Oh,
come on.
Thank you, Chuck. I take that. Yes, my oldest daughter was captain of a drill team, was a Kilgore Rangerette, went on to Stephen F. Austin, was the captain of their drill team. My son is playing college basketball at Howard Payne. And my middle daughter, she's the artsy one. She's the singer. She likes music. She's at North Texas. And then my youngest daughter, Olivia, is a sophomore at South Lake Carroll High School, and she is a basketball player.
So how has it been getting acclimated into Dragon Nation for you? I see you've got the Dragon shirt on. It looks good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? It's baptism by fire, really. It's been great. And look at this guy coming in here.
Oh, my gosh. the retirement party is beginning.
Yeah.
Jamie Aldridge is here. Jeff Cox is here. It's a Berkey's reunion. I love it. Seriously, thanks so much for everything that you've had. And, of course, Jamie, before you, they're in the GM chair. And now you, Jeff, your support of the Carroll ISD and of the broadcast, much appreciated.
Well, thank you for having me. We appreciate the partnership, and go Dragons.
That is Jeff Cox, the GM of Berkey's. And again, they changed it around. You know, I guess it's all part of that branding. I still haven't got my mind around it. For all those years, it was air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. I had that memorized, and then they said, you know what, for 2020, we're gonna mess with you, Chuck. We're gonna go to plumbing, AC, and electrical. But I've got it now. I've got it. It's still Berkey's, and it's still good. Timeout. We've got the Dragon who makes the difference coming up. Carroll on top, 37-20. And this is the Tommy Pennington Group halftime report. A timeout here and more when the Dragon broadcast brought to you by Lexus. Park Place Lexus. Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues in a moment.
Hey Dragon fans, it's Tommy Pennington with the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass. Are you looking to sell your home in the near future but not looking forward to spending your cash for necessary updates to sell your home quickly and for top dollar? Well, I'm here to help. Call us at 817-416-9000 and ask us about our Compass Concierge program to provide the money up front at zero cost to you. Check us out on the web 24/7 at calltommy.com. So from my family to yours,
calltommy.com.
In South Lake, you'll find plenty of open-air shopping and al fresco dining around town, with many options tucked into our walkable South Lake Town Square. Stroll down the sidewalks under the shady live oak trees. Have a drink and a bite to eat at an array of both local and national restaurants. Treat yourself to amazing spa services and deluxe accommodations. Explore our beautiful parks. No matter what, you've got options in South Lake. Download the Visit South Lake app or go online to visitsouthLakeTexas.com.
Everyone at Berkey's loves watching the Carroll Dragons dominate, and Berkey's is a proud sponsor of the Carroll ISD. Just like the Dragons, Berkey's services can't be beat. Jeff Cox here, president of Berkey's Plumbing, AC, and Electrical. Upgrade to a new electrical panel with a limited lifetime warranty for as low as 73 cents a day. Call us today at 877 Berkey's or visit us at Berkeys.com. Go Dragons, protect the tradition.
Berkey's, we're there when you need us.
Right now, if illness or injury strikes someone in your family, where would you turn to for help? A hospital ER? A freestanding ER? Why not make the simple choice? Complete Care South Lake, a community and patient care focused ER. You'll get personal priority care with little to no wait time, and of course, no surprise billing. So there's really no other choice. If you have a medical emergency, head to Complete Care South Lake, open 24/7. Get in, get out, get back to life.
Have you been thinking about wanting to buy a new car or truck? This is Reed Seagull from First Financial Bank, and I would love to help open the doors to your new ride. Whether you're looking for new or used, First Financial Bank has great rate auto loans, and I would love to help you find the right loans to fit your needs. Stop in or apply at ffin.com/apply. Auto loans from First Financial Bank, just another way we put you first.
First Financial Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I am Becca Calvert. I teach 5th grade science at Eubanks Intermediate School. I have been a Dragon for 18 years now at Eubanks, and I am married to Brian Calvert. We have 4 kiddos. Nathan and Jordan are in 6th grade, and Carson and Harper are in 2nd grade. I love teaching in the 4 walls of my classroom, but it doesn't stop there. I love to build relationships with my children and with their families, and I love when I get to teach siblings of other kiddos in the same family. I like to come make the experience of science come alive. We get to have a lot of fun in the classroom and do a lot of hands-on things. I love to build relationships with the kids and celebrate them. We do celebrations in the morning during homeroom time so that they have a chance to tell me the special things going on in their lives, and I love to get excited about those things. I want for students to have fun at school. I want for them to want to come to science. I want for them to want to come to my classroom. So we do have a lot of fun, and one of their favorite silly things that I do is at the end of class, they love to clean up really quickly for candy questions so that I can ask a question about science vocabulary and then throw them a piece of candy, and they think that is just really special. So we love to make science and the classroom a lot of fun. One of my favorite traditions at Eubanks is that we have addressed postcards for every child in the school. And I always like to be the first one to get my hands on those postcards because I love to write those personal notes. I love to send emails home to parents with pictures of their kiddo during the school day, and just to build that relationship with their families and with them, and to send a little piece of encouragement their way. I love being a teacher because I've been able to be a part of a lot of families, and families have hard days and they have happy days, and it's an honor for me to get to be a part of a child's school day and to encourage them and love on them and make them feel special. And I think that when I became a mom, I became a better teacher overnight because I began to understand that that child is somebody else's baby, and that that child is somebody's most precious asset, and I take that very seriously. This year has been quite a challenge with incorporating blended learning into the classroom. We have students on the screen through Zoom at the same time that we have students in the classroom. So it has been a challenge. I felt like after, this being my 18th year, it was like my first year all over again, because we really had to adjust how we were teaching and how the students were learning. But each day was better and better, and we've figured it out. I created a day where I had just fun chat with Miss Calvert Zooms, where kiddos could sign onto the Zoom in their free time, and that way I could spend some time getting to know them, and that helps build that relationship through the screen. So anything that we can do to make those kids that are virtual feel like they're a part of our Eubanks family, and that we're going to take good care of them.
That was Becca Calvert, this week's Dragon Who Makes a Difference, presented by Park Place Dealerships, a segment we do every halftime during the Dragon football season. Carroll Dragons leading 37-20 at the half over the Heath Hawks. Coming up next, first half highlights driven by Park Place Dealerships here on the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate Halftime Show.
All of our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line.
You just want to talk to someone. Hey, Dragon Nation, I'm Ryan Skelly with DragonMortgages.com, and I believe that getting a home loan is more than just a rate. Every situation's different, and big banks just aren't set up to personally work with you and walk through the process if you don't fit in their exact box. Apply online at DragonMortgages.com.
City Bank Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 439822.
Dragon fans love to cheer on a winning team, and now they can feel that same excitement about their luxury dealership.
Park Place Lexus Grapevine.
Park Place Jaguar Land Rover DFW.
3 thrilling brands at 2 convenient locations where you'll always find an outstanding selection of Lexus, Jaguar, and Land Rover vehicles, along with a game-changing dealership experience. Because at Park Place, it's about more than exceptional cars. It's about making you feel comfortable. Listen to your concerns, respecting your time, and putting your well-being first. It's true whether you're shopping for a new car in their safe and sanitary showrooms or starting your purchase online, and whether you're bringing your car in for service or scheduling pickup and delivery right to your door. That's the care and attention that makes Park Place feel like your place. And why, no matter which vehicle you cheer for,
Jaguar,
Lexus,
Land Rover,
you know you've got a winning team on your side. Learn more at parkplace.com.
At Giggles and Grins Pediatric Dentistry in South Lake, we provide comforting care from board-certified specialists. Every year, it takes extra time, extra study, and extra investment to receive board certification.
But all that extra effort means that all patients get the best level of care possible, including safe and effective oral sedation for our young patients who may need anxiety management, as well as for those with special needs. Check out our website for more information at gigglesandgrins.org.
They say that variety is the spice of life. Well, Feed Store Barbecue in South Lake knows all about that. Whether it's burn-ins on Monday and Saturday, chicken fried steaks on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, or any of our delicious barbecue plates made from certified Hereford beef, served daily, we'll have exactly what you want to eat. Feed Store Barbecue on Whitechapel Boulevard or online at feedstorebbq.com.
Welcome back into Dragon Sports Central, brought to you by Kincaid Hamburgers. I'm Ryan Medellin. A wild first half with both teams laying out tons of offense. Carroll leading 37-20. Let's take a look at how we got there with some first half highlights. In the first quarter, Carroll winning the coin toss. They elect to receive, and on the opening drive, they started things moving a little slowly down the field, but not holding back in the first game of the season, going for it on 4th and 5 on the Heath 38. A deep pass by Quinn Ewers converts inside the 20, connecting with junior Josh Spaeth for the first down. A handoff to the 19-yard line to sophomore Owen Allen. Allen then gets inside the 5 on a 9-yard run for another first down. They say third time's the charm, and the 5'8 sophomore proving that with an opening drive rushing touchdown.
On first down through the 4, handed off. Big running room touchdown, Dragons. Owen Allen with his first touchdown of the year from 4 yards out, and Carroll is on top 6-0.
7-0 Dragons after the PAT, 6-0 Dragons. Opening drive for Heath starts with a block in the back, pushing them back to their own 5. Dragons with a giant stop on 3rd and 2. to a 3-and-out, forcing a punt. Southlake then starting on the Heath 35 off a penalty on the punt. Second play of the drive. Ewers sacked after a scramble. Flags flying, a 15-yard personal foul. Hawk senior Jalen Nwigwe tackling the junior QB without his helmet, pushing Southlake to the Heath 17-yard line. That then left Ewers later on the drive connecting with Landon Sampson on a 16-yard pass to the corner of the end zone.
Allen in the backfield and by Spaeth. Here's the snap to the quarterback. Ewers looks deep on the left side for the end zone. Has a man caught. Touchdown. It's Landon Sampson who broke open a 16-yard reception for Ewers and Sampson's two very good friends as the catch puts the Dragons on the board again. It's 13-0.
McFadden missing the ensuing extra point. Stays at 13-0. Heath offense struggling to get out of their own territory on their second drive. The junior Avion Jones bringing the Carroll offense back on the field, jumping in the air and snatching a Josh Hoover's pass out of the air.
Out of the shotgun, one receiver to the left, two to the right, and he's going to throw over on the left side. The pass is picked off at the 35-yard line. The interception made for the Dragons. And the turnover early is Avion Jones was the one that came up with it. We talked in the pregame that Jones and C.K. Williams going to be some lockdown corners, and Avion with that athleticism went up and made a heck of a catch.
For the Dragons' third drive, Ewers on the first play, quickly connecting a 35-yard pass to Brady Boyd.
Dragons starting with another short field from the Heath 35. Here is the snap to the quarterback, Ewers. He's going to throw deep to the post. It's caught. It's a touchdown. 35 yards to Brady Boyd, and in one play, the Dragons tack on another touchdown. They now lead it 19-0.
It took one play in 9 seconds and a candidate for the Southlake Jewelers sparkling play of the game. McFadden not missing this time. He connects the PAT. 20-0 Dragons. 6 minutes still remaining in the first quarter. Heath on the third drive with their best chance of a play as Hoover tossing it 40 yards incomplete, but the Dragons forcing yet another 3-and-out on their 8th play of the game. The next drive for the Dragons starting us off with a 10-yard block in the back, sending Carroll looking for their 4th unanswered touchdown of the night. Starting from their own 30, the Hawks defense, though, finally waking up. And 3rd and 8, Owen Allen tackled for a loss of 4. Brady Brewer making the stop, forcing the first look at the Dragon punt squad. Hawks junior quarterback Josh Hoover looking to shake off a rocky start, connecting with Jay Fair on their first down of the night. First down of the night on an 11-yard catch. A false start, pushing them back to a 1st and 15. Then Hoover looking like Patrick Mahomes with a deep pass finding, looking for Jay Fair on 2nd and goal with a pitch to Fair. Heath finally finding the end zone. Jay Fair putting on the Jets and pushing through.
2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. They run the jet sweep motion around the left side, toss it to Fair down to the 5, goal line, touchdown. Heath on the board. The inside pitch to the junior Jay Fair, and with that great speed coming around the left side, gets into the end zone, and Heath with its first touchdown this evening. It's now 20-6.
It stays 20-6. The PAT no good from Josh Vogel. A monster C.K. Williams kick return, pulling it out of the end zone for a 47-yarder. The 5'11 senior giving Quinn Ewers and his offense excellent starting field position, but it would be all for naught. The Dragons settling for a 24-yard field goal on that drive, notching the game at 23-6. Carroll, things starting with a touchback. Heath at their own 25. Junior running back Zach Evans and the senior Preston Landis bringing the Hawks into Dragon territory with a spattering of runs. Hoover in with a deep pass to, you guessed it, Jay Fair, who makes it all the way to the Carroll 21, 33 yards on the play. 91 yards already for Fair in just the first half. A couple of plays later, Heath putting on another dent in that Carroll 17-point lead.
2nd down and about a yard. Handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Preston Landis. The senior barrels in, and for the 2nd time in the game, the Heath Hawks with a touchdown, and the Dragons see the lead cut to 23-12.
The senior bringing the game within 11. This time Vogel connecting on the PAT. 23-13 Carroll. Pooch kick sends Carroll starting things at their own 24-yard line. A toss over the top to sophomore Owen Allen on 3rd down, converting and get a fresh set of downs. Dragons still on their own territory, though, on the own 35. Ewers taking a deep shot on the 2nd down, looking for Brady Boyd, but falls incomplete to bring up 3rd. Boyd not missing the next pass, and it's good enough for an 11-yard pickup and a 1st down. Carroll then continuing to slowly make their way up the field into Hawk territory, running the clock, but a big play, putting the Dragons into the red zone. Quinn Ewers flushing out of the pocket, finding R.J. Maryland for a 35-yard pass. Ewers handing it off to Owen Allen to punctuate the drive.
An extra blocker, Katie, in there over on the left side. Maryland, the wing on the right. Snap to Ewers. He's going to hand it off. Allen looking for running room. Touchdown, Dragons. Has a big hole blown up and over on the right side. And Owen Allen get into the end zone, and the Dragons now lead it 29-13.
Heath battling back as Josh Hoover finds Corbin Cleveland to get back on the board.
Here's the snap to Hoover. Pressure off the edge. Steps up, fires downfield. Pass caught on the slant at the 10 to the 5. And Corbin Cleveland has a touchdown. That is a 33-yard pass and run from Josh Hoover to Corbin Cleveland, who split the middle of that Dragons secondary. And Heath, the pesky little mutt, just won't go away. It's 30-19 Carroll.
And Carroll putting one more touchdown on the board. A handoff up the middle to Owen Allen.
First down and goal to go Dragons from the Heath 6-yard line here late in the first half. Snap to the quarterback. Ewers hands off. Allen goes right up the gut. Touchdown Dragons. Owen Allen again with a touchdown from 6 yards out, and Carroll expands the lead back out to 16. It's 36-20.
The first half finishing 37-20 here at Dragon Stadium. Let's throw it to Chuck and Justin for second half action.
All right, thank you very much, Ryan Medellin, back in Dragon Sports Central. The Carroll Dragons, that 17-point lead. Got to talk to people here at halftime. So good to be back out here to the here at the stadium and see folks that you haven't visited with for a while. It's not like normal times you walk around town or go to town square and see folks and go to dinner. You got to be a little more careful these last few months, but seeing a lot of familiar faces around here. And of course, Justin Padron, man with the high Q rating in South Lake, out with all of his friends at halftime. So we're ready to get this one started. Second half underway. Dragons are going to kick it off as Joe McFadden hits it down to the goal line. And there's Jordan Neighbors who comes back up to the 10-15 and gets to the 20-yard line before he's knocked down there. So Neighbors, who returned the opening kickoff of the season last week against Louisville, 95 yards for a touchdown, gets it out to the 20 before he's tackled by Owen Holloway, who's been on a couple of special teams tackles so far. First half statistics brought to you by Peniner Ford and Associates, local CPAs here in town. The Dragons 303 total yards, 273 for Heath, so a grand total of 574 yards between the two teams. Is on 1st and 10 for the 20-yard line. Hoover takes the shotgun snap, fires it out to Jordan Neighbors. He's got a first down across the 25, gets out to the 29, gain of 9 yards on first down. Travis Keener, captain on the tackle for the Dragons. It'll bring up second down and 1. Sidelines left, open field to the right side. Two receivers either way is the snap to Hoover. Deep handoff goes to Evans, breaks one tackle, breaks another. Left boundary, first down out to the 35, gets to the 40 to the 45, and he is finally out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 18 yards, his longest rush of the night for Zach Evans. The 5'10 junior. John Cox is the one that got him out of bounds.
Shows his speed off there, a little jump step in the backfield, spin move to make one other Dragon miss, and gets upfield there along the sideline for a big play there.
A false start here from the 47. It'll cost him 5 yards. Bill Tilley will tell us about it.
False start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Carroll was 17 first half first downs compared to 13 for Heath. The Dragons 62 yards rushing, 241 through the air. Heath with 72 yards on the ground, 199 through the air. Only turnover in the game was by Heath. That was an interception. Penalties in the first half. Carroll whistled 2 for 25. Heath just picked up at 7 for 55 as a pass over the right sideline out to the 45. It's caught for a gain of a couple by Corbin Cleveland. He took a big lick from C.K. Williams, and that's going to put the ball down at the Heath 44-yard line. We're just underway, 11:07 of the clock running, third quarter, 37-20, Dragons on top. Carroll looking to start the year 1-0. Heath 1-0 coming into this ball game after beating Louisville 72-52 last week. It is second down and 13 for the 44. Here's a little swing pass to the left flat, and it is incomplete as they overthrew the intended receiver Corbin Cleveland. Barrett Baker was the one in the coverage. In the first half, time of possession split almost equally. The Dragons 12:31, the first half clock, 11:29 for Heath. Individual numbers, Quinn Ewers 17 of 23 for 241 and 2 touchdowns. Hoover 14 of 19, 199, 2 touchdowns, and the interception for Heath. Jay Fair, the big receiver, 7 catches, 113 yards and a touchdown. Right now, third down and 13 from the 44-yard line. There's a little swing pass left side, and it's unable to be caught by Jordan Neighbors, and the ball falls incomplete to the turf. It's fourth down, and Heath will be forced to punt. Well, talking about the receiving numbers in the first half, Brady Boyd, 6 catches, 118 yards and a touchdown. Battle of the running backs, Owen Allen, 13 carries, 51 yards. 3 touchdowns for Allen. Evans, 12 carries, 41 yards for Heath. Again, those first half numbers, I should say, brought to you by Pennider Ford and Associates, the CPAs to keep up with your business or personal filings. As Grady Brewer on to punt the football away, puts the right foot into it on a 4th and 13 from his 44. Taken down at the Dragons' 17-yard line by Cinque Williams, makes one man miss, comes back to the 20, gets hit out near the 22-yard line, and is twisted back there, a 39-yard punt. 5 on the return as Alan Crawford makes the tackle for the Heath Hawks, and the Dragons will have the football to start quarter number 3. Dragon football tonight brought to you by Christian Brothers Automotive. Grapevine in Southlake. You know, when it comes to car repair, Christian Brothers is the place that so many Dragon fans call home. You can see them right there across from Baylor Grapevine. Take your car in for anything under the hood you need service. Christian Brothers can help you. It's on first down, a running play. Quinn Ewers keep it for a gain of about a yard before Nwigwe with the tackle. Bring up 2nd down and 9. You know, they've got that free shuttle service. It's very convenient. Complimentary vehicle pickup and drop off. If you don't want to leave your house, they'll come get it and bring it back to you. Got a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty as well. Whichever benefits you the most, you just pick. You love the Dragon fans. They're Christian Brothers Automotive. Grapevine and Southlake. 2nd down and 8 from the 26-yard line. Here is the snap to Ewers. Loads it up, goes deep, has a man caught in stride at the 35-yard line. Brady Boyd to the 25, down to the 20, he's to the 10. Touchdown, Carroll Dragons. Brady Boyd on a 74-yard pass and run from Quinn Ewers, and the Dragons extend their lead down to 43-20.
That's all just play design right there. Outside receiver on the right-hand side just runs a go route. Brady Boyd, the inside, runs a post route. Receiver on the inside to the left runs a little corner route, which takes the safety out of the middle of the field. Wide open is Brady Boyd on the post route. Quinn puts it right in stride, and Boyd does the rest, takes it all the way into the end zone.
Point after attempt from Joe McFadden is up and good. Brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group and Compass Real Estate. Time out of the field, 9:51 to go. Quarter number 3. The Dragons with more points on the board. Big strike from Ewers to Boyd. It's Carroll 44 and Heath 20. Dragon football driven by Park Place continues after this timeout.
Need a little good news in your life? Well, here's the deal. State Farm has new lower car insurance rates in Texas, so you can now get the service and convenience of State Farm agent Jocelyn Hope at an even better price. State Farm can help you save more cash and get the good neighbor service you deserve. It's the real deal for car insurance. Call Southlake area State Farm agent Jocelyn Hope. She's ready to help you save money. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ladies, don't miss out on Texas Gun Experience's ladies-only events. From lipstick and lead to shoot and champagne, these popular experiences sell out quickly. If you're looking to sharpen your shooting skills or touch a gun for the very first time, our friendly and knowledgeable TGE training team has you covered. Visit TexasGunExperience.com to learn more about license to carry classes, events, and memberships. Texas Gun Experience on Main Street in Grapevine, DFW's premier go-to gun range.
KWRD-FM, Highland Village. KLTY HD3, Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. Tune in, iHeart, or radio.com. This is The Word, 100.7 FM.
9:51 to go third quarter, 44-20. Dragons on top as Joe McFadden on to kick this one off down to the east end zone, and it's fielded in the end zone, picked up. Oh, almost stepped out. I thought he was on the goal line, but that's okay. I think the official said, I know what you meant to do, son. That's fine. We've got an injury update brought to you by All-Star Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dr. Mark Greenberg at All-Star, reminding you that they can help keep you in the game. Go online to allstarortho.com as we check down to the field and Travis Smith.
Well, the Dragons did lose a player in that first half. It was a defensive lineman reserve, Grayson Repass, injured his shoulder, will not return.
Okay, well, that's not good news for the Dragons, as the defense coming back out now, and they've looked pretty good so far. I mean, Heath with 20 points on the board, but a very explosive offense. The Dragons with the 44-20 lead is on 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to the tailback, and Evans bounces outside left, gets across the 30, and has a first down beyond the 35, out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 15 yards for Evan, as John Cox, the sophomore from his free safety position, making the stop for the Dragons. So it's kind of the way it's been this entire game. Carroll has led throughout, jumped on top 7-0 early, and they've led the entire way. But Heath, once it goes down 3 touchdowns, they'll start to claw back into it as a handoff goes to Landis as he tries to bring it around the right side. He'll get nice yardage across the 45, gets out near the 48-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 7.5 yards as Benicio Porras was on the stop for the Dragons. He's been a busy guy for the middle linebacker spot. Clock running, 9:20 to go here in the third quarter. Sidelines to the right, open field, 2 receivers to the left side. Snap it to Hoover, handoff. Running play goes to Landis. This time goes at left guard, and he'll get across the 45 in Carroll territory and squirt his way down to the 42. It's a gain on the play of 10. Another first down. Cox on the tackle.
Landis that time, he started going east and west and then put that left foot in the ground and went directly uphill, or downhill rather. Saw John Cox, the sophomore safety, lowered his shoulder right over him.
Well, they got to try Landis again, and he has running room as he goes left on 1st and 10 from the 48, down inside the 35, down to the 30. That's a gain of 12. Boris and Cox on the tackle. They're just going to say, hey, we're going to run it down your throat. And Carroll says, hey, let's talk about this. Timeout called by the Dragons. 9 carries now for Preston Landis. We talked about a little bit of a change-up back, but man, his offensive coordinator Kendrick McNeil, Justin, called him a sleeper, and we see why, as he can do so much to put the ball in his hands.
Coach McNeil said that Landis, if he didn't have Zach Evans in front of him, he would have been certainly a capable back to start and be extremely productive, and you see that tonight. Just a 1-2 punch there. They got Evans, who's got the super quick, shifty feet in the back that can make people miss, and then Landis, north and south runner, lowers that shoulders and runs really tough between the tackles.
Dragon football brought to you tonight by Ollers Roofing. Folks, I can bet you that you haven't been on your roof lately, if at all. You know what you'll find if you go up there? Probably some things that Mother Nature, maybe some storms, have done some dirty work to your roof. That's what Ollers Roofing is for, to get up there and take a look, do an inspection, and find out if you need repair. Ollers Roofing is the place to call. They've been serving the South Lake community for over 30 years. You get free roofing inspections to see how your home has fared with any storms that have come through. Ollers Roofing, the Dragon Roofer. You go online, dragonroofer.com, or call it 214-214-ROOF. Well, out of the timeout on 1st and 10 from the 30, down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the play goes to the running back, Preston Landis. Tackle was made for the Dragons by Barrett Baker. So again, they continue to gash. Getting a lot of yards on this drive after the Dragons push the lead back out to 24. Here's the snap to Hoover. Going to throw over on the left side, had 2 receivers, and the pass down around the 2-yard line was incomplete, intended for Corbin Cleveland. Again, 2 guys pretty much, Justin, running side by side in that pattern.
It looked like they were running the same route. Corbin Cleveland and Jordan Neighbors both running post routes. 2 men right there, and luckily for Cinque, he's able to step up and make a play. He had 2 guys to go through to get that ball knocked down.
3rd down and 5 for the 25-yard line. 2 receivers short side left. Snap it to Hoover. Quick pass caught by Fair over the middle, and he will scamper untouched into the end zone. 25 yards for Jay Fair, the fellow with 4.4 speed, the anchor on the 4x1. And man, we have seen a lot of excitement from the junior Jay Fair, a captain on this Heath offense. 2nd touchdown of the night, and it's now 44-26 Carroll.
That's what makes Heath so difficult to cover and plan for on the defensive side of the football. They do a lot of RPO, run play, or run pass option plays where they do the little play action, get the linebackers to come up. That time, Jay Fair beats Cinque Williams on the post route, and Hoover makes a good decision as he sees the linebackers clamping down on the run, pulls it out, delivers a rope for a touchdown.
Heath's going to go for 2 here as they snap it to Hoover, and he's going to throw into the end zone. And the pass is caught for the 2-point conversion by Corbin Cleveland. So they want to bring it within 2 possessions, and they do just that. 2 points on the board. We'll take a break with 8:22 to go in the third quarter. Our new score, Carroll 44 and Heath 28. Dragon football, driven by Park Place Dealerships, continues in a moment.
Going to the dentist doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, with twice annual cleanings and checkups, Doctors Greg Wright and Victoria Heron in Southlake can help your teeth stay healthy year-round. Dr. Wright and Dr. Heron offer the latest recommendations for home care, including daily flossing, brushing, and smile-friendly food choices. Visit their office at 200 East Southlake Boulevard near Whitechapel or online at wrightsmiles.com.
Christian Brothers Automotive Grapevine Southlake is your trusted partner in auto repair. We're proud to serve Dragon fans and the Southlake community from our location on Highway 114 right across from Baylor Grapevine. Come experience excellent service done with transparency by skilled and honest technicians. Don't forget to ask about our complimentary vehicle pickup and drop-off service. At Christian Brothers Automotive, our friendly staff is ready to serve you. Give us a call or schedule a free courtesy inspection online at cbac.com/grapevine to experience the nice difference.
44-28, Carroll on top of Heath, 8:22 to go here in the third quarter. And guess what? Another scoring drive brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance. Exclusive training designed for offensive and defensive linemen located at 1605 Hart Street, Suite 100, right here in Southlake. 7 plays, 75 yards. Taking a minute and 29 seconds. Jay Fair, the 25-yard reception from the quarterback Hoover. 8 catches, 138 yards of the game for Fair and 2 touchdowns. As Sam Spencer approaches, puts the foot into it, and it's going to be onside as it kicks out of bounds over near the Heath bench down at the 44-yard line, and that one was almost recovered by the Hawks. It's Brandon Salazar for the Dragons is the one that came up with it. (44-28) the score. And Carroll about to get the football back. And again, it's been the story of the game, Justin. They've had incredible field position. They're going to start 52 yards away right now.
They got lucky on that one. The ball goes right out of bounds, and luckily for them, the kickoff team, they didn't show that they were going to go with an onside, but they ran up to the football. Kicker had a nice kick on that one, got the bounce he needed, just went right over the teammate's head, and luckily for the Dragons, went out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Ewers faked the handoff to Allen, throws instead over to the right sideline, and it's caught right at the boundary at the 50 for a gain of 2 yards. Brady Boyd hauls in the reception. He's had a big night so far. LaTristan Thompson, the freshman, on the tackle for the Heath Hawks. 8 catches, 194 yards on the night for Brady Boyd. 2nd down and 8 from the Heath 49. Here's a play action. Quarterback Ewers going to roll out to the right, going to throw deep as a man wide open pass. Caught by R.J. Maryland. Touchdown, Dragons. Pitch and catch, 50 yards. Dragons on the board again, and then they'll lead it 50-28. That's going to be a matchup that the Dragons want to exploit all season long. That time they got Jaden Lexian, the sophomore outside linebacker, matched up man-to-man with R.J. Maryland, 6'4", 210 junior, runs a corner route. Quinn starts to roll to the Heath sideline. R.J. recognizing he needs to go upfield, and Quinn puts the ball right on the money as R.J. walks that into the end zone.
Point after attempt for the Tommy Pennington group at Compass Real Estate. Joe McFadden, it's up and good. More points on the board. How about that? Points for you and you and you. Although there was an offside, they're going to say no thanks and take the point. 7:47 to go third quarter. Dragons lead at 51-28. Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover brings you Dragon football. More in a moment.
Hey Dragon Nation, it's Tommy Pennington here with the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass. Do you think you need to do improvements to sell your home? Start planning today. Inquire about our Compass Concierge program. It's the hottest program in real estate where our broker will pay for the improvements at zero cost to you. Call us today at 817-416-9000 or check us out on the web 24/7 at calltommy.com. So from my Dragon family to yours,
calltommy.com.
Hi, Jeff Cox here, president of Berkey's Plumbing, AC, and Electrical. The Carroll Dragons are proven winners. As a proud sponsor of the Dragons, we want to offer you a winning deal. Berkey's is now offering a lifetime warranty on select AC and heating systems, keeping your home running smooth year-round. Call us today at 877-BERKEYS or visit us at berkeys.com. Go Dragons, protect the tradition.
Berkey's, we're there when you need us.
2 plays, 52 yards, 35 seconds on the fifth quarter performance scoring drive. R.J. Maryland, 50-yard TD catch from Quinn Ewers. As Carroll in the second half has run 4 plays for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. As Joe McFadden's kickoff will skip past the return man down across the goal line and into the end zone, and it'll be Heath taking over. Actually, it went out of bounds, beg your pardon. So they're going to bring it out and
free kick out of bounds. on the kicking team. Receiving team is elected to place the ball at the 30-yard line. First down.
That's exactly what they're going to do right there. Dragon football tonight brought to you by Mustang Elite Car Wash. Folks, if you haven't taken your car or truck by to get washed in a while, what are you waiting for? It is safe. It is a super way to get your automobile looking brand new. Whether you go by for the quick wash or you want the express wax or even the full detail, all of those things waiting for you at Mustang Elite Car Wash. I took my car in and it looked sparkling new when I got out. It's on 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. A quick pass over on the right side, gain of 5 out to Jay Fair. As C.K. Williams on the tackle for the Dragons. I know Eric Warden and his wife Jenny listening tonight, and I can't recommend enough taking your automobile to Mustang Elite. And again, they have all the great safety measures intact. They get that great waiting room so you can stand by in style while they get your car out, and then you'll be ready to go. Mustang Elite, a longtime sponsor of the Carroll Dragons. As Zach Evans on 2nd down and 6 will get about a yard, gets to the 36-yard line. Actually, that's going to make it now 3rd and 4 as Andrew Askew, junior left tackle, on the stop for the Dragons.
Hadn't been a ton of running room for Zach Evans. He's had to make some plays and make some people miss to gain any yardage. That time, again, Travis Keener and CK coming off the blitz, able to shut that one down.
Here is Hoover to throw on 3rd down and 4. Goes over the middle, pass caught. Neighbors steps away from 2 tacklers, goes down the left sidelines, gets across the 40, down to the 35, and let's see, he's bumped out of bounds. I think they say at the 37. It's going to be a gain of 27 yards as Avion Jones on the tackle for the Dragons. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the Carroll 38.
Had the tackle, just didn't wrap up, and that's one thing Coach Dodge wants to make sure his team does is tackle well, and that time they're letting the playmakers get out of the tackle and gain some extra yardage.
Play fake on the 1st and 10. Quick pass over the middle, looking for Corbin Cleveland. Goes incomplete, goal on the coverage. It'll stop the clock with 6:41 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Dragons on top, 51-28.
Little slant route there from Corbin Cleveland. Ball a little up in the air, had to go up a little bit, but right through his hands. That's a ball that he's going to want back. He wants to add that reception, but Josh Hoover continuing to put the ball in his receiver's hands and needs to keep having a good drive to keep his team in this ball game.
2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to Preston Landis up the middle. Again, that north-south runner gets inside the 35, gets down to the 30. Good hard run for 7 yards for Preston Landis. As Porras on the tackle. It's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 3. So down to 6:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Quick snap. Goes to Hoover, swings it out left side to Neighbors, and he'll get it inside the 30 after the reception down to the 25 to the 24. It's a gain of 6 as the sophomore Cox, along with help from Jones, on the tackle for the Dragons.
Good play call there, too. That time the Dragons got caught slanting the defensive line to the left. Ball went to the opposite side of the field. Quick catch and able to pick up yardage.
1st and 10 for the 25. Little shovel pass ahead from Hoover as he got it down to, looks like Neighbors is the one who gathered it in across the 20-yard line. Jones there for the Dragons. So it was incomplete. Yeah, I didn't hold on to it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Past the midway point of the 3rd quarter on this snap. 2nd and 10 for the 24-yard line. Handed off to Landis, and he'll get a tough couple of yards down to the 24. Actually, just give him 1 on the play.
Landis is a good little runner. Anytime he sees anybody in the hole, he doesn't try to step away from him. He just tries to run right through him.
Yeah, I said he's a pretty tough guy running the football, and certainly seen that borne out tonight. 5 of 8 on 3rd down tries as Hoover skips through the defense, keeps it running right side to the 20, 15 to the 10, and he's tackled down around the 7-yard line. That is a 17-yard run for the quarterback, Josh Hoover. Logan Anderson the tackle for the Dragons, but Heath on the move again as they've got it now inside the Dragon 10.
Good decision there from Hoover. Everybody downfield receiver-wise was covered. Nobody wide open, and he elects to pull the ball down, run to the right-hand side, close to the Dragon bench, able to get inside the 10 here, set him up for 1st and goal.
Wing to the left, 2 receivers also that way as they snap it to Hoover, handoff to Landis, and he goes behind that big left side of the offensive line. He'll get inside the 5, down around the 2. That's a gain of 5. Luke Payne on the tackle for the Dragon defense. as they stun right back to the line of scrimmage. Second down and goal to go from the 3. It's going to be a handoff to Landis. He barrels straight ahead, and he has the touchdown. There's also a marker on the play, so let's see if it stands as they handed it to Landis, and straight ahead he went. He's had a lot of success so far on the evening, and it looks like this touchdown's going to count. Well, the Heath offense was, or at least part of them, running over to the sidelines. It looks like that they're setting up for the point after, but we haven't gotten the official call yet from Bill Tilley, our referee. He'll tell us in just a second. In fact, right now.
Offsides on the defense. That penalty's declined. Face mask, number 90 on the defense. That'll be a 15-yard penalty assessed on the kick. Touchdown.
Well, 2 for 1, and neither one of them mattered. Well, I guess it did. They'll get it on the kickoff, but touchdown counts, makes it 51-34.
It's one of Heath's favorite plays. Down near the goal line, they pull the big right guard, Sebastian Martinez. We talked about him being the heavyweight wrestling champ early on in the game, but he gets his hands on a Dragon defender, and Landis just follows in right behind him, and Martinez clears the way into the end zone.
The Tommy Pennington group at Compass Real Estate brings you the point after attempt from Josh Vogel, and it is up and it is good. And we've got a timeout with 4:49 to go in the third quarter. It's Carroll 51 and Heath 35. Dragon football, driven by Park Place Dealerships, continues after this timeout.
At Gateway Church, we're all about people. And during this time, we're continuing to connect with purpose, worship with passion, live in unity, embrace the next generation, and gather together. Whether you are meeting with us in person or joining us online, we are Gateway Together. To find a location near you or connect with us online, visit gatewaypeople.com. That's gatewaypeople.com.
Hello, Dragon fans. Mike Mills here. For the past 20-plus years, my firm, Mills Wealth Advisors, has served the Dragon community. If this COVID crisis is causing you to question your investment strategy or fear the political uncertainty, we are here to help provide a second opinion, review your investment strategy, or create a financial plan that will help provide confidence and clarity in the face of today's uncertainty. If we can help you, please give us a call or check us out online at millswealthadvisors.com. Go Dragons!
Well, if you wanted points, Dragon Stadium was the place to be tonight, as we've still got 4:49 to go in the third quarter, and already 86 points on the scoreboard between the two teams. Carroll leads at 51-35, and Heath, after that 15-yard penalty, going to try an onside kick here. In fact, squibbing it down across the Dragon 30. It's fielded out of midair by Landon Sampson. Good hands receiver there who hauls it in. The Dragons will have it with 4:47 to go here in the third quarter. That scoring drive brought to you by Fifth Quarter Performance just a moment ago. 11 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes, 58 seconds. The 2-yard run by Landis. Last 11 drives combined between these two teams. 9 touchdowns, 1 field goal, and somebody actually punted one time. It was Carroll. So they've got points, Justin, in 10 out of 11 possessions. And Carroll's going to try to keep it going here. On 1st and 10 for the 27, they hand it to Owen. He starts left, cuts back to the middle of the field, across the 30, 35, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 yards for Owen Allen, the sophomore, finally tackled by Bryson Elbert. That's the longest rush of the night for Owen Allen, who again last year had over 1,200 yards in his freshman campaign. He's got 64 yards tonight so far for the Dragons, 3 touchdowns as well. 1st and 10 from the 40. Carroll going from right to left. That is west to east here in quarter number 3. 2 receivers line up in a slot to the left side. Tight end lined up to the right. Single setback alongside the quarterback, Ewers, who will hand it to Allen. He'll try right tackle, and he'll get 4 yards out to the 44-yard line. It's Lane Horak on the tackle for the Hawks. He's out the 44-yard line. Thanks to Ryan Skelly with Dragon Mortgages, part of Dragon football now. You know, getting a mortgage sometimes be a little bit of a headache. If you want somebody who'll cut through all the red tape and answer your call and say, hey, I'm here to talk to you, Ryan Skelly with DragonMortgages.com, place to call. You know, he can help you save a lot of money. But you got to pick up the phone and get in touch with Ryan Skelly. Proud to bring you Dragon football tonight. As a handoff on 2nd down and 6 from the 44. Goes to Owen Allen again, and he will get 3 yards out to the 46-yard line. The Dragons with a new offensive coordinator this year, Justin, Chris Smith. Of course, Marshall Williams, now the head football coach at Timber Creek. Good for Marshall, by the way.
Yes.
And now Chris, the offensive line coach, calling the shots at the offensive side. So far, so good.
Chris has been a great coach for a long time. Coached at Carthage, was a GA at A&M. That's where he and Riley met, and now he gets his shot to be the offensive coordinator here as Marshall stepped out. And obviously, I think we'll all be huge Falcons fans for Timber Creek this year.
Yay. I'm telling you. There's a reason for that. If you don't know, we'll explain. 3rd down and 3 from the 47-yard line. Here's the snap to Ewers. Heavy pressure, spins away, but another one right there to bring him down and sacked is Ewers by Jalen Nwigwe. It is a loss of 14 yards as Nwigwe came in and finished off the job that one of his teammates started. And it's going to be punt time for the Dragons with 2:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Don't go anywhere. That was a big-time stop there for Heath after driving down, scoring the touchdown, coming out now. Only giving up 1 first down and then forcing the punt here.
Second punt of the night for Joe McFadden. Puts the right foot into it. Skies it down to the Heath 25. It is fielded there and brought back 4 yards by Corbin Cleveland after a 42-yard punt. And that's where the Hawks will have it, first down and 10 yards to go. Avion Jones was on the tackle for the Dragons. A comment just a moment ago, in case you're wondering why we were saying we're going to be rooting for Timber Creek all year, the Falcons, is because if Timber Creek and if Keller can make the playoffs, those two teams are the only teams that are larger in enrollment than Carroll. That would push the Dragons into Division II, which, if you follow high school football, that would be a much easier path to a state championship. No Duncanvilles, no Allens, no Cadies. On 1st and 10 for the 29-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Zach Evans, who's back into the running back position for Heath, and he'll get about 3 yards before Nate Gall makes the tackle.
2nd down.
The 32-yard line, 2nd down and 7. Little play fake, quick pass over on the left side. It is caught by Jordan Neighbors, and he'll try to spin away from a defender, and he does. Down the left sideline, he goes to the 40, to the Dragon 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Heath Hawks.
Touchdown, Hawks.
Oh, where did that come from? Hoover to Neighbors. It's a little safe pass on the left sidelines. And all of a sudden, a big tackle was missed. 68 yards later, Neighbors is in the end zone. And the Dragons see Heath get back to within 10 at 51-41.
Wow, what an explosive play there. Jordan Neighbors got the ball. One of those RPOs again, and Hoover makes the good decision. The run was going to be shut down quickly. He pulls the ball from Zach Evans' hands, flips it out to Neighbors, and Neighbors able to break a tackle, spins out of it, and as he spins, he's along his sideline with nobody in front of him, takes it all the way to the house.
Heath is going to go for 2, and on a straight handoff, Zach Evans takes it straight into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good. And with 1:39 to go in the 3rd quarter, we have a 1-possession football game, as our new score becomes the Carroll Dragons 51 and the Heath Hawks 43. So don't go away. An amazing pass right there a moment ago, or pass and run, I should say, from Josh Hoover to his receiver, who took it the length of the field, Jordan Neighbors. And just like that, this one has gotten very interesting, Justin Padron.
And that's the tackling we were talking about. We had Neighbors wrapped up. We just kind of spun him around trying to, rodeo him down to get to the ground. But Neighbors, athletic, able to keep his feet, keep his balance, and tightrope up at the sideline. And he's got the speed there to blow away from everybody in the Dragon secondary and picks up a nice explosive play for the Heath Hawks to keep them right in this ball game, only 1 possession down.
Well, that's something that you got to keep the foot on the gas pedal, even when you're up comfortably. And I'll tell you what, the Dragons right now find themselves in dogfight right here with the Heath Hawks. So we'll see what we can do moving forward. The final 13 minutes and 39 seconds here of the ball game. A reminder that tonight's game brought to you by Complete Care, folks. If you need a freestanding emergency room for any medical emergency, Complete Care right here in Southlake is there to help you. Your tagline is get in, get out, and get back to your life. And, well, that's what happens when you go in and see Dr. Jeff Peebles and the staff at Complete Care. They're a community and very patient care focused ER, and it's the kind of place you want to go when you need help. And of course with COVID testing, they wanted to go there as well. And they have those. They offer rapid COVID-19 testing to anyone experiencing symptoms. They're at Complete Care, proud sponsor of the Dragon Radio broadcast. Here's the kickoff down to the 3-yard line, taken by Brady Boyd. Brings it up the left side, up the numbers to the 10, 15, out across the 20 to the 27. Now there's a little bit of a scuffle at the end of the play. Horak was on the tackle for the Heath Hawks. Marker on the play. Travis Smith down on the sidelines of the Patriot Mobile sideline update. Travis's offense is just up and down the field here tonight.
Yeah, you kind of expected a little bit of this. You knew the Dragon offense would be pretty good, but
after the play, personal foul, late hit, number 42 on the return team. That's a half the distance penalty, first down.
But the inexperience of this defense is really starting to show with the missed tackles and missed assignments. Let me give you a point of an added bonus for Brady Boyd here. He's up to 194 yards receiving. He only had 3 100-yard games last year. 2 of them came in the very last 2 games of the season, one of them 170 yards. So in the last 3 games, he's coming up on 500 receiving yards. What a big receiver he's going to be for the Dragons this year.
I want to put him on my fantasy team next week. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Here goes Allen. And he's up the middle to the 30, to the 40. He's to midfield. He's running away from the defense. To the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Carroll Dragons. 87 yards for sophomore Owen Allen. And the Dragons say, how about that for an answer? 57-43, Carroll on top.
What a huge run that time by Owen Allen. Right when you think momentum's starting to swing to the other side, you get a big answer from your sophomore running back. Offensive line doing an excellent job creating the big hole, and as soon as that sea parted, Owen Allen was off to the races. No one catching him for the touchdown.
Had a jump before the point after attempt. I think it's going to be a dead ball even before the kick for Joe McFadden, so the Dragons will have to do it again.
Defense. Half the distance penalty. Replay the try.
So they'll move it from the 3 down to the 1.5 and try it again. Again, a 14-point game now with 1:19 to go in the third quarter. Well, this is not the place to go, Justin, if you are a defensive-minded sort. Drive you a little crazy tonight.
I'm doing all right.
But the offenses, they're having a field night. Tommy Pennington group at Compass Real Estate with a point after attempt. Joe McFadden splits the uprights. With 1:19 to go here in the third quarter, the Dragons on top, 58-43. Well. A lot of excitement tonight here at the stadium. A chance to tell you that Dragon football is brought to you by the South Lake Economic Development and Tourism Department. You know, there's still stuff going on around the town of South Lake. And if you are planning a staycation, South Lake is the perfect spot right here in North Texas to come visit. Nearly 400 shopping and dining venues, coupled with over 1,000 acres of parks and open space, all in one place. You can spread out, get your physical distancing. You know, what else could you ask for? You know, South Lake has already launched South Lake Safe. It's an ambitious public health initiative that follows the highest standards of health and cleanliness. So you can feel really comfortable, really confident and safe when you enjoy your stay in South Lake. Go to visitsouthLakeTexas.com to plan your perfect staycation. Well, that fifth quarter performance scoring drive, 1 play, 87 yards, 14 seconds, and then run by Owen Allen, who now is up over 100 yards on the night. 17 carries, 158 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Allen. Total offense in the game now over 1,000 yards between the two teams. 524 for Carroll, 515 for Heath. Well, defensive coordinator Lee Munn not going to be happy about that number, but his pups are getting some good reps tonight.
You want this early on, right? You got up big. You want to see how your team's going to respond. Carroll kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit, and you want to see how they're going to respond here, you know, late in this ball game as they're getting tested.
Joe McFadden with the kickoff. It's going to hit 6 yards deep in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback, and the Hawks will have it at their 25-yard line. Think back to when you played, and again, it was a mighty team all the years here at Carroll. Did you ever have anybody score this many points against your defense?
No.
They didn't take you long to think about.
But we also had a lot of returners that were coming back. We didn't have a clean slate where we didn't have, anybody that was starting tonight. We had multiple players up front, defensive line, linebacker, and secondary that had multiple game experience.
Handoff on first down to Preston Landis. He'll get 5 yards from the 25 out to the 30. Yeah, my point was that it's just so unusual to see all 11 defensive players be new faces.
It is.
Second down and 5. Here is another handoff going to Landis, and he will follow his offensive line straight ahead all the way out to the 32-yard line. Gain of 7 will be a first down. Patriot Mobile brings you the sideline report with Travis Smith.
Well, just to talk about how unusual this score is, guys. 101 total points. The last time the Dragons had more than 100 combined points in a game was the loss to Cedar Hill in the 4th round back in 2014. 62-45 or 62-42, so 104 points. We're only in the 3rd quarter, so I think we're going to eclipse that tonight.
Well, it could be. Hoover on first down and 10 flips one out over on the left sideline to Jordan Neighbors. Neighbors gets across the 50 down to the 48-yard line. John Cox on the tackle. That sideline report was brought to you by Patriot Mobile. It's a 100% U.S.-based Christian conservative cell phone provider. Don't give your money to those big companies that just give it to those other causes. Keep it right here with the folks at home. Patriot Mobile, 972-PATRIOT, the number to call, or go online to patriotmobile.com. Here's a quick pass to Corbin Cleveland over on the left side. It'll go from a second down and 10 to a need for 7 is Keener on the tackle. We're going to come to the end of the 3rd quarter finally, and there it is. Well, it looks like a score that might be made for more than 3 quarters, but that's what we have through 3. Carroll 58 and Heath 43. Time out here to catch our breath. 4th quarter coming your way. You're listening to Dragon Football, driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover in Grapevine. More in a moment.
Have you ever heard the phrase, all of us are smarter than one of us? Well, it's something that the surgeons at Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery live by. With 4 oral surgeons, you can rest assured that your care is in the hands of not just one doctor, but all the doctors. We review and plan cases together to make sure that we provide you with the best quality of care. Working together as a team for your benefit, it's a commitment from all of us at Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery. Come and see us for your wisdom teeth or dental implant care. We're located nearby at the Baylor Medical Center, Grapevine campus.
This is Gary Benner, former Carroll running back and general manager of Park Place Jaguar DFW. And like the Dragons, we've earned a reputation for standout performance.
With models like the E-Pace compact SUV and the XF featuring a new lightweight design, all the personal service and special privileges that make Park Place feel like your place.
Standout cars and an outstanding dealership.
Visit Park Place Jaguar DFW at 1300 East Highway 114 in Grapevine and online at parkplace.com. On the
first play of the 4th quarter, handoff to Preston Landis goes for 9 yards straight up the middle and a first down for the Heath Hawks as Barrett Baker makes the tackle for the Dragons. 58-43, Carroll on top, and Heath with another drive down to the Carroll 36 as the snap to Hoover in that big line trying to get some traction up front for Preston Landis, who will get a couple of yards down to the 34 before Nate Gall makes the tackle. A lot of people enjoying the broadcast tonight and the video stream. Remember, the first time that high schools in Texas have ever been able to put live streams up. I want to say hi to our buddy Rick Sanchez, watching, listening up in Minnesota. Ingrid DePinto, Kathy Allison checking in. As a football is lost, fumble, kick back to the 40, scooped up by the Dragons by C.K. Williams, and here he goes, inside the 30, inside the 20 to the 10, touchdown, Carroll Dragons, 61 yards on the fumble return by C.K. Williams, the transfer for Mansfield Legacy, and the Dragons put 6 more points on the board if the play stands. There is a flag on the field and possibly a sideline update.
Sideline warning. South Lake.
That's what I meant, not an update, a warning. We could get an update from Travis on the warning, but anyway, point is, It counts 6, and the Dragons are up 64-43.
Great defense right there. Couldn't tell who it was. Got a hat on the football, popped the ball right out of Preston Landis' hand. The quarterback, Josh Hoover, bends down to pick it up, but he pops it right into Sinke's hand. Sinke catches it right out of the middle of the air, and nobody's going to catch Sinke. As soon as he gets the ball in his hands, he's got a full steam ahead all the way to the end zone.
So yet another point after attempt here for Joe McFadden. He's missed one in the ball game. Tyler White, sophomore, to hold. It's a pitcher on the Dragon baseball team. It's a ball down to McFadden with a PAT brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group at Compass Real Estate. And the kick is good with 11:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. Carroll 65, Heath 43. Dragon football driven by Park Place Dealerships continues in a moment.
There are some strong teams in Southlake, and one of the strongest is the dentistry duo of Dr. Greg Wright and Dr. Victoria Herron. Dr. Wright has been a leader in the dental field for over 2 decades and is an accredited fellow of the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry. He and Dr. Herron have the experience and knowledge to take care of all of your family's dental health. Visit their office at 200 East Southlake Boulevard near Whitechapel or online at wrightsmiles.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Shope, Market President of First Financial Bank, and I'm a proud supporter of the Carroll Dragons. As a father of a Dragon graduate who is a current Dragon teacher, I'm thrilled to continue to support excellence in the classroom and the boardroom. First Financial delivers full-service banking with hometown service. First Financial, the first bank in Southlake. Please stop by and see me for any of your banking needs. Go Dragons!
First Financial Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Wow, what a night of football at Dragon Stadium. C.K. Williams picking up a loose football and taking it back to the house, 61 yards, and the Dragons now with a 65-43 lead over Heath's Hawks here at Dragon Stadium as the kickoff from Joe McFadden goes through the end zone, and Heath will take from its own 25-yard line. Well, the quarterback battle tonight's been quite impressive, Justin. Quinn Ewers, you'd expect a great evening. You've got it, 20 for 26, 367 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then Josh Hoover, who we heard so much about from their offensive coordinator, Kendrick McNeil, former player at Texas A&M. 23 of 33, 358, 4 TDs.
Not too shabby. Both of these guys spreading the ball to the playmakers on the outside, letting them make some plays, but delivering the football with accuracy.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. They're going to give it to Evans, who tries to skip outside right, has the corner, has 5, has 10 and more across the 40, now to the 50, cuts back, Dragon 40, inside the 30 to the 20, and finally dropped at the 15-yard line by Max Reyes, the junior, a 60-yard burst for Zach Evans. And their coaches told us he could go from 0 to 100, and we saw it right there. They said he could do it quick, and did he ever.
Real quick. That time Zach Evans, he gets up to the line, notices there's nothing there, bounces to the outside, cuts back across the grain as he's all the way downfield, picks up an extra few yards before he's wrapped up and brought down by the shoestring tackle.
Well, the whistle blows right when the Hawks get to the line of scrimmage. They're trying to get the play off, and they wave the flag off. Said, all right, let's play ball. As the line of scrimmage inside the 16-yard line. As Landis in the game at running back, 2 receivers left and right for the quarterback, Josh Hoover. 10:35, clock running, fourth quarter. Snap to Hoover, handoff straight up the middle goes Landis. They'll surge the line ahead to the 10 and down just inside that point. Looks like a gain of about 6 yards is Jake Coberly in the game at a tackle position for the Dragons, 6'3" junior. Coberly, Parks, and Askew in that defensive tackle rotation for Carroll. Well, the big old offensive line, 268 pounds across the front for Heath, been leaning on him all night long as Hoover to throw for the end zone, and over at the right pylon, it is incomplete. Intended there for Jay Fair. And that'll stop the clock with 10:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. Carroll up 65-43. And Reyes getting set to on the tackle, I should say, and the offense getting set for a third down play here. Third down, they'll need 4. personnel coming in for the far sideline. Hawks again in the white uniforms. Dragons in the green over white as they go to the end zone at our left. 6 of 9 on third down tries, and they're going to give it on a running play on third down and 4. And Preston Landis will have the first down inside the 5 down to the 4. A gain of 6 yards. Keener on the tackle. But now Heath 4 yards away from the end zone, and they stay right on the gas. Well, the quarterback Hoover looked right, threw back left, and it was deflected by C.K. Williams, incomplete. It was intended for Jordan Neighbors. The throw was supposed to go on the right, but Hoover said, my man's not there. Let's see who else we got, and he tried to find Neighbors. Good play by Williams.
He did try to find Neighbors. He wanted to zip that one in, but there's a linebacker right in the way, so he had to leave it up top and kind of put some air underneath that pass, allowed C.K. Williams to recover and bat it away.
Second down and goal to go from the 4. Snap it to Hoover. Going to give it to Landis. Running play with a marker down. Gets down inside the 5, down to the 2 into the 1. So they'll be a yard short of the goal line if this play stands. And I think it will. We'll hear from Bill Tilley, who will tell us momentarily. He's going to check with the Heath sidelines. They're going to say, nah, I think we'll take
offsides. Defense number 34. After distance penalty. Replay second down.
No, they said we will take the penalty because, of course, you get to keep the down. So they'll take the half the distance down to the 2-yard line. And it'll be second down and goal to go from that point. Dragons up 65-43, but Heath trying to get on the board. Once again, get this one back to a 2-possession game. Snap to Hoover, handoff Landis, good block up the middle, end zone, touchdown Hawks. And Heath is on the board again as senior Preston Landis with the score, and it's now 65-49.
We've seen that play time and time again for a touchdown tonight. They just bring the right guard, Sebastian Martinez, pull him around to the left side, send the left side of their offensive line, washing everybody down, and the Dragon defensive front hadn't had an answer for it, able to get Preston Landis in for another touchdown tonight.
Well, Heath is going to go for 2 as the quarterback Hoover rides Landis down the line, and he'll keep straight ahead going toward the goal line, and he's stopped short by the Dragon defense. So he is stopped. 2-point conversion failed as Cade Parks gives credit for that tackle, and we'll break with 9:34 to go in the 4th quarter. Our new score becomes Carroll 65 and Heath 49. That's right, 65-49. Dragon football driven by Park Place Lexus, and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover continues after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Dr. Angela Bowers with Southlake Dermatology. Our office offers specialized acne regimens using a combination of prescriptions and procedures that are covered by insurance. The Acne Treatment Center offers a full range of services with access to samples and rebates that are only available through a dermatologist. Our office is on the 3rd floor of the Southlake Medical Building attached to Methodist Hospital off Highway 114. Find us on Facebook or search our website at southlakedermatology.com.
Hello, Dragon Nation. Tommy Pennington here. You might have heard recently the Southlake real estate market is on fire, despite everything that's going on in the world. Well, yes and no. Call my office today and set an appointment to meet with me, and I'll show you what's really going on in the market. There are many contributing factors that you need to know in order to make the best decisions for selling. We Dragon fans expect the best coaching for our kids, and you deserve the best coaching too. So remember, when it comes time to buy and sell a property, my Dragon fans would tell you,
Call Tommy.com.
6 plays, 75 yards, a minute and 29 seconds. The 2-yard touchdown run by Preston Landis, the senior running back for the Heath Hawks, who has 22 carries now for 113 yards and 3 touchdowns. You know, 5th quarter performance, they've trained some great linemen over the years that have come through the Carroll system, like Evan Brown playing in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns. Former SMU Mustang. Carson Green, starting tackle at Texas A&M. And, of course, Ryan Miller down at Baylor. Just some of the names. Name a few. It's the kickoff. Going to go into the end zone for the touchback. The Dragons will have it at 9:34. So you can find out how to be a great offensive lineman going online to TexanFit.com. TexanFit.com, and find out more about Robert Clayton at 5th quarter performance. Robert's a buddy of yours, Justin, isn't he?
He is. Great guy, great family, longtime Dragons. His older brother, Kerry, played in the NFL for the Titans and in the XFL. Both of those guys were players at UTEP, and I think Robert and his team just got inducted into the UTEP Hall of Fame, so congratulations to Robert on that.
Well, the Dragon offense coming back out, try to go back to work, probably worn out. 1st and 10 for the 25, handed off, big running room up the middle, goes Owen Allen. He'll get a quick 9 yards out to the 34 as Jalen Wigway on the tackle for Heath Hawks. Allen continuing to add to his rushing totals. He's got 167 yards on the night. Well, I'll tell you what, the century mark for offensive players tonight, really not that big a deal. Everybody just kind of saying, no, I'll take mine. Receivers, running backs, quarterbacks.
It's been an offensive clinic, that's for sure, on both sides of the football, putting up almost 50 points for both squads. It's been quite the performance by both of these offenses.
Wing to the left, 2 receivers right. Handoff goes to Allen. He gets chopped out for no gain. Wigway again on the stop. Called his name many times tonight. Big senior for the Hawk defense. Again, defensive coordinator Kevin Napier. 10 years down at Carthage. He's been at Heath since 05. He's flipped back and forth, kind of interesting. He's been an OC and a DC and an OC and a DC.
Yep. He's
back and forth.
Good coach.
Yep.
In Wigway, he's got some lineage too. His older brother played offensive tackle at BYU. His middle brother went to a smaller school, and he's now the 3rd in Wigway that Coach Kevin Napier's had the opportunity to coach.
3rd down and 1. Here's a handoff going up the middle to Owen Allen, and he will get 3 yards to the 37. That's good for the 1st down. Grady Brewer on the tackle. And for the Dragons, it sounds crazy to say in a game that has 114 points, but, you get a 1st down, it eats up a couple more minutes off the clock.
Well, and that's what they want to try and do here is kind of wind down some of this clock, but they really want to finish this drive off with an exclamation point and a touchdown and put 3 scores in front and provide some more separation for their defensive counterparts.
Allen and Spaeth in the backfield for the Dragons. As they ought to have 2 receivers wide to the left side, 1 Maryland short side to the right. From the 37-yard line, they start Spaeth in motion out of the backfield to the left. Handed off up the middle. Here goes Allen. Bounces outside right to the 50. Sidelines to the 40, and he's bumped out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark him out. They're moving it down or inside the 40 to the... Well, I thought they were going to put it down inside the 40, but the line judge here on the near side said bring it back to the 46. As Bryson Elbert gets credit for that tackle.
Started in the 21 personnel with 2 backs in the backfield. They motion Spaeth out to the left, and they hand the ball off to Allen going right. So a little misdirection play that catches Heath off guard, and big run there for Owen Allen.
1st down and 10 from the 46. Peeked at the sidelines. Cannon Katie in the game now. Running back position. Here is Ewers waiting for the shotgun snap, and he hands it off to Katie, and he'll slice over the left guard for a gain inside the 45, down inside the 44, gain of about 3 is Alan Crawford on the stop. Thanks to Texas Gun Experience for being a sponsor of Dragon football tonight. If you haven't been by TGE, you are missing out, as they've got a lot of cool things there at their new location. They've been up for about a year, but a 35,000 square foot facility right on Main Street in Grapevine. Look to the sideline for the Dragons now on a 2nd down and 7 from the 43. Ewers has the play call. 2 receivers wide left. Going to hand it off inside again. Katie, big running room, gets to the 30, inside the 25, and has the 1st down around the 20. Actually, they're going to say he's down back around the 23. It's a gain of 20 yards, and Peyton Williams on the tackle for the Heath Hawks, and another Dragon 1st down as we head down into the halfway point of the 4th quarter.
Really tough run there from Cannon Katie. He's going to stay in the ball game, even though we've got Owen Allen in also. Katie's going to line up at tight end in this play.
1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. Been all running plays on this drive so far. Dragons up 65-49 if you're just tuning in. Snap it to Ewers. They're going to give it to Owen Allen, and he will get down to the 20. Well, remember, Cannon Katie was expected to be part of the mix last year. Had an MCL injury. Of course, Cade Wood, I should say, played some running back position. Also, Jack Abram, who had that had a broken collarbone out of Permian.
Yep.
So, they had some guys that carried the football, but cream rose to the top, and that 14-year-old said, hey, let me do some of that.
It's good when your running back room has a lot of depth in it. You got a lot of guys that can contribute in a bunch of different ways, not only running the football, but catching the football and blocking as well. Coach Dodge is confident in all of his running backs.
2nd and 6 from the 20. Handoff goes to Allen. He'll spin off right tackle and get inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Gain of about 3. Baker Sadoon on the tackle from his nose guard spot. That is a total now for Allen of 193 yards. So he's nearing 200. I imagine he'll probably get a couple more opportunities here in this ball game.
Dragons.
3rd down and 5 from the 17, Justin.
Sorry, Chuck. I was going to say just kind of taking their time, seeing what the defense is playing, looking back at Coach Dodge before they run the play clock and winding this time all the way down.
3rd and 5 from the 17. Snap to Ewers. Throws for the end zone. Boyd leaves. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Dragons. Brady Boyd had to wait to see if he got his feet down as he caught it about 2/3 of the way in the back corner of the end zone. And the Dragons cracked the 70 mark, and they lead it 71-49.
So hard to stop that. Quinn Ewers extremely accurate with the football. Puts that on the outside shoulder of Brady Boyd as Brady goes up to get the football, kind of turning, able to get both feet inbounds. That one would have been good in the NFL, Chuck.
Point after brought to you by the Tommy Pennington Group and Compass Real Estate by Joe McFadden. It is good. And with 4:22 remaining in the 4th quarter, Carroll has blown it open now. It is the Dragons 72 and Heath 49. Dragon football driven by Park Place dealerships featuring Park Place Lexus, Park Place Jaguar Land Rover, and Grapevine continues in a moment.
The Anderson family is well known in Dragon Nation for excellence in home building. The Anderson name began in Southlake in 1994 with Con Anderson Homes and continues today under the name Anderson Homes Dallas. Donnie and Ronnie Anderson are second-generation home builders who are passionate about the homes they build. See their modern designs and open concepts with Alexa Smart Home Compatible, featuring smart appliances and automated mechanical systems. Trust the Anderson legacy. It's in every home we build.
Dining out at Feed Store Barbecue in Southlake hasn't changed a bit. In fact, it's gotten a little bit better. You can still enjoy lunch or dinner in our dining room, as well as our remodeled barrel room. Need more space? Try our climate-controlled patio. Or you can literally eat outside with views of the cows, goats, and miniature donkeys. Feed Store Barbecue on Whitechapel Boulevard or online at feedstorebbq.com.
4:22 to go 4th quarter, 72-49. Carroll on top of Heath, as it has been a score fest of epic proportions. We're telling you before the timeout about Texas Gun Experience. Remember, if you need a basic introductory class to understand firearms, they can certainly help you at Texas Gun Experience. Jared and Joseph Stanier, former Dragon Stars, owners of Texas Gun Experience, proud to be a part of Dragon football, as left-footed kicker Tyler White is going to boot that one down to the goal line, and it'll be a touchback. And Heath will have it. 4:20 to go in the 4th quarter. All-Star Orthopedics brings you an injury update. We checked the sidelines, and Travis Smith.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for the touchback.
He is headed to the locker room. It looks like he's injured his wrist when he came down hard, and that's not a good thing. Hopefully it will not be something that will last long for him. Hopefully he'll get back next week.
Absolutely. All-Star is your one-stop shop for all your orthopedics, including knees, shoulders, feet and ankles, hips, hands, back, neck. The official orthopedic sports medicine partner of the Carroll ISD. 4:20 to go, 4th quarter. That scoring drive a moment ago, 9 plays, 75 yards, taking 5-12, 599 yards of total offense for the Dragons, as Josh Hoover on 1st down throws to Cleveland, complete out across their incomplete, beg your pardon, as it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 25-yard line. Reyes is on the coverage for the Dragons.
One of those throws that Hoover's going to want back. He had Cleveland along the sideline. He just had to put some air underneath that ball. Instead, tried to zip it through, and ball fell short.
Second and 10 for the 25. Hoover going to air it out deep down the right side, and the pass is going to be caught by Jay Fair, who hauls it in. Reyes was on the coverage, but a strike from Hoover to Fair again. 42 yards and a first down for the Hawks.
Basically the same thing, just another deep route right at Max Reyes, and that time Hoover puts some air underneath that ball, allows his receiver to run right underneath it, makes a big play, a big catch there for Jay Fair.
First and 10 from the 32. Snap to the quarterback Hoover. Handed off to Preston Landis. Straight ahead he goes, and he'll get inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Be a gain of about 6 on the play. Mac Abel, backup linebacker on the stop for the Dragons.
Mac Abel, that's a name. Wow. When I was playing, he was like 2 years old.
Here's Hoover to throw, and it's incomplete. Pass knocked out inside the 20, intended for Fair. Well, I hate to tell you this, partner. I was just doing some math the other day and thinking about when you played last, and you know, it's been, what, 14 years?
It's been a while, but I was talking about Mac. His dad, Coach Abel, he was my athletic trainer. He used to take care of me and help me with a lot of my diabetes stuff, so I've known Mac for a long, long time. It's crazy seeing him in the varsity lineup now.
Here is Hoover throwing for the end zone. It's a jump ball. The flag is thrown as the pass intended for Jay Fair, and it was one-on-one with Avion Jones, and the back judge threw a flag about 20 yards across the way. In fact, 2 markers down, and we'll see how they sort this one out, as it was Fair and Jones in a battle to the death there for that pass from Josh Hoover.
There's definitely PI on that. Hoover puts some air underneath that ball, underthrows it, and Fair tries to come back, but Avion Jones never turns around to locate the football.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jones just has to turn his head and try to find the football there. If he does that, then the PI is not called.
Well, they'll take it down to the 11-yard line. Now first down and 10. I guess statistically, yeah, it's got to be the 11. Here's the handoff, goes to Preston Landis, scampers his way around the right side and into the end zone. Touchdown, Heath. Well, it was just like a little water bug, and Landis got turned around, started backing toward the end zone. Got myself chuckling at that, but nothing to chuckle about if you're a Dragon fan. Is an 11-yard touchdown run, and Heath makes it 72-55, and it looks like they are going to go for 2 here.
You said water bug. I was going to say dancing bear. He kind of spinning around. He's been a big old brute to stop. I love the way he runs. Like I said, most running backs, they see somebody in the hole, they try to make him miss, but this guy, he lowers his shoulder and doesn't try to make anybody miss, just runs right through him.
Man in motion from left to right, snap to Hoover, pass over the middle, caught Jay Fair. 2-point conversion is good, and Heath puts a couple more points on the board, and with 3:23 to go in the fourth quarter, the Hawks cut it to a 15-point game at 72-57, I think. They still haven't put the 2 points on the board.
You're correct about that, 72-57.
Well, now they do. They just put it up there. I was like, well, come on now. You got to put those points up. Thanks to a brand new partner in Dragon football now, Jocelyn Hope from State Farm. They're off Main Street in Grapevine. You know, Lauren and Tim Stone have been longtime supporters of Dragon football with State Farm, and Jocelyn said, hey, I want to be a part of that too. So Dragon fans, you've got a couple of offices now to choose from for all your insurance needs. Of course, they've got the Drive Safe and Save plan from State Farm, and Jocelyn Hope can help you with that from her office. They're off Main Street in Grapevine, and of course, Lauren and Tim Stone right there at 114 in South Lake Boulevard. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Also want to say thanks to Giggles and Grins. That's Dr. Sandra Armstrong, Dr. Amy Watts, and Dr. Capisi as well. Alexis Capisi. Thanks to all of those docs for being a part of Dragon football. If you got a little one, need their teeth cleaned and want to keep them safe on the way to a very, very healthy situation with their teeth all through their adolescence, Giggles and Grins, the place to start. Take care of my kids, and they can yours too. Go online at gigglesandgrins.org or go by and see them in their brand new office. It is right down by Carroll Senior High. They're off South Lake Boulevard. Well, an onside kick attempt and a nice bounce right to the 50-yard line, but the Dragons corral it at the Carroll 48, and it's Avion Jones. Boy, he's had a good game. The Hands team guy, and of course, cornerback for the Dragons there to haul it in.
I'm excited about our secondary. These guys have played well. I know they've given up some big plays, but that's going to happen when you're playing athletes like Heath has. These guys on that side of the football for Heath can really make some plays, but our secondary is going to be pretty tough.
The fifth quarter performance scoring drive, 5 plays, 75 yards a moment ago, took 57 seconds, an 11-yard touchdown run by Landis. Listen to the total offense right now. Speaking of yards, Justin, Carroll is a yard short of 600. They got 599 yards. Oh, that's not the story. That's not the story. Heath has 690 yards.
Talked about some big plays. Carroll's giving them up tonight, that's for sure.
Well, here's the handoff that goes to Owen Allen, bounces outside right, gets inside the 50, gets to the Heath side of that yard line, and 7 yards down to the 44. Going to be 200 yards even for Owen Allen as Noah Wilson makes the tackle for the Hawks. Again, that's bad news with Brady Boyd out of the game for the Dragons. Certainly, as Travis said, hope that's something that turns out to be minor and he can be back in just a little bit. 211 yards receiving tonight for Brady Boyd. Snap to Quinn Ewers, puts it in the belly of Allen. He'll go straight ahead inside the 40, gets down to the 37-yard line, and Grady Brewer on the stop for the Hawks. A gain of 7, clock down at 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Question for you. Do we know what's the most points that the Dragons have ever scored? Was it 84 in the playoff game last year?
That tied against Whitesboro.
Okay, I was about to say, I think they scored 84 twice.
Yeah, they scored against Whitesboro back in the old-time days, the 2A days.
I'm getting texts from some fans that are listening. They wanted to know, hey, guys, what's the most that Carroll's ever scored?
Yeah, it was against Louisville last year, which tied the mark back in, what was it, Travis, 86, I think? Or I think that's right. Anyway, handoff goes to Owen Allen. On 1st and 10 for the 37, will get 3 yards down to the 34. Tackle made by Trey Martin, all-district performer last year for the Hawks. Well, this Heath team's going to fall to 1-1, but tell you what, this squad that Mike Spradlin has is going to cause some trouble in that district they play in.
They're going to be able to put up points, no questions on that. They've got athletes all over the football field, great quarterback who makes good decisions, running back that's extremely tough, both of them, and then you've seen the playmakers on the outside, Neighbors, Fair. We didn't even talk about Cleveland, Mr. Consistency. You know, they've got a lot of options on that offensive side of the football field that they'll be able to make defenses pay for that.
Carroll's milking the clock right now as the play clock down to 9 seconds, 1:18 on the game clock. Now Carroll is going to get set to run the play on 2nd down and 6 from the 34. As Ewers is going to hand it off to Allen, and he will smash straight ahead for a couple of yards. And Chris Lozano on the tackle, and that will be the... Oh, my gosh, he called timeout.
It's only a 2-score game.
Well, I know.
Just want to give up?
They've got all 3 timeouts. Well, I mean, hey, crazy things have happened, right? You get a quick score, and then all of a sudden an onside kick.
Hopefully they watch the Cowboys and the Falcons, and they recognize if it does come an onside kick, they can hop on it if it doesn't go 10 yards.
Yeah, Chuck, you guys mentioned Keller Timber Creek earlier in the game and rooting for them. They fall in overtime, double overtime. Burlington, 26-20.
Oh, boy. Well, that for Dragon Sports Central, brought to you by Kincaid's Hamburgers.
It's okay. It's not a district game. We're all right.
Well, I understand. Well, you know, this game, you know, and that's what you love high school. It's so clean and so pure, and you know, you don't have all the skeptics and the anger and the Monday morning quarterbacks. But a game like this, I wish there was a little more of a spotlight so you could go back and pick through it.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on. 3rd down and 5. Here's the handoff going straight up the middle, inside the 30 down to the 27. Gain of 5, and is that going to be good for the first down? It is, and that'll do it. As Alan Crawford making the tackle. Travis Smith down on the sidelines, brought to you by Patriot Mobile. Now, wait a minute. I thought it was 84. Are you saying 88?
88. 84-0 Whitesboro. Like the third to last regular season game, but yeah, it was 1988.
Oh, okay, 1988. I thought you were saying 88 points. Like, no, it wasn't. It was 84. Okay, gotcha. It happened in 1988. Beg your pardon. I'm getting punchy by this time of night. Now the victory formation, they're going to snap into Ewers, and that'll be the final play of the game. Oh, boy. Well, 25 seconds are going to run off the clock, and just looking at the scoreboard, I mean, I thought that I saw the most bizarre scoreboard I would ever see at the end of that by-district game last year when I looked down to the west end and saw the Dragons had defeated Louisville 84-6. Well, this one's going to be right there with it, folks. Our final score tonight is the team's about to exchange pleasantries, no handshakes, but they'll exchange pleasantries down at midfield. Dragons 72 and Heath 57. Timeout here, and when we return, we will have the Berkey's post-game show, interviews from down on the field, scores, highlights, and more. Statistics coming your way too. All of that coming your way on the Berkey's post-game report. With Dragon football, driven by Park Place Lexus and Park Place Jaguar Land Rover, continues after these messages.
KWRD-FM, Highland Village. KLTY HD3, Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. Tune in, iHeart, or radio.com. This is The Word, 100.7 FM.
Decisions. We're always making choices. If you're looking for a new straight smile, Groves Orthodontics can help you with just the right treatment. Cosmetics is the key, so Dr. Ron Groves uses clear braces or Invisalign clear aligners to perfect your smile. Dr. Groves has helped Dragon families for years. A beautiful smile is a gift for a lifetime. Let Dr. Groves help you. Visit our office on West Southlake Boulevard near Davis, right next to Hobby Lobby, or see us online at grovesorthodontics.com.
Did you know you can combine State Farm home and auto insurance and save you